This reeks of like hot Latina ass.
No.
I feel like
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Section 10 podcast. Here are your hosts, Jared Carabas, Coley Mick, Steve Peralt, and Tyler Milliken.
What's up and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 624, presented by Kalshi. It is the home of your 26 and 35 last place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
What up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jose.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know. Section10merch.com, patreon.com/Section10 podcast. The clean 40 that we put out on Wednesday, by the way, on our Patreon. Probably the best of the season so far. No disrespect to anyone who wasn't there, but we did a superhero draft.
I feel disrespected to you.
Extremely disrespected.
Yeah.
Coley, tell them to shut the fuck up. Tell them to shut up.
I mean, I gotta agree with Jared here. You guys should shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
You know what,
Appreciate
Coley?
it.
How about you shut the fuck up? Because
You know
we did
what?
a great podcast
Whoa,
together.
fuck outta here.
It's only fair.
No.
See, Coley doesn't say that often, so it's like, all right, Coley's saying it. You know what?
Right?
That's not as bad.
Right? And the other thing too, I'll set the stage here. So this clean 40, fuck you, T, was me, Coley, Emond, and we did a superhero draft, but like a
Hero
baseball
draft.
draft.
Hero
Like,
draft.
these are-
Yep.
What'd I say?
You said superhero.
Yeah, just hero.
Hero.
Yeah, you
not
disrespected
superhero.
Goku, didn't you?
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Exactly.
Honestly.
I saw
Honestly,
people
not-
tweeting it at me.
Yeah. Anyways, so it was a hero draft, not a superhero draft. So no, overruled. And we did it based on like who would make the best baseball team out of the heroes. And I believe the idea is that Steve and T are gonna do a villain draft, and then we're doing
a villain draft next week.
We're gonna have the heroes and villains go head to head with their baseball teams, and people are gonna vote on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to put the lineups out there, and then people vote for the best one, and then the championship is the best heroes versus the best villains.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you took all the heroes that were drafted by Coley, Mikey, and myself, and you dumped them all into the table, and I could just pick whoever I wanted from that pile, I would still take my team exactly how it is. Steven?
I was just about to cut you off there and say, are you about to say that you think you had the best team of the three?
Well, I do, yeah.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to clarify because that is stunning news to me.
Well, whose fucking team was the best then? Whose team was the best then? You asshole?
I haven't seen all of them, but I think.
Oh, so you're just like blindly throwing something out there.
Mikey mentioned it. I think Coley's was exactly what I thought Coley's would be, which is picks that would probably be there throughout the whole draft. It was maybe the most creative one. It was kind of like when I was in Pinewood Derby and got like the most creative car for the Nomar bat, but it wasn't fast. It's like this one is definitely outside the box. I think you and Mikey might be a best of 7. Those teams.
I have the best team, Steven.
I know, but my point being, like, are you ever going to do a draft and think you don't have the best team?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, I am. There's definitely, I do, we do MLB redrafts on Baseball is Dead, and I do that with J-Hay. Like, obviously, J-Hay's going to win every time.
Fair. Yeah. We'll see. The fans are going to vote.
Yeah, the fans are going to fucking vote, aren't they?
Mm.
They are going to vote. And you know what? I would even say right now that if the fans voted for episode of the year, I think the last one's probably winning. at this point. If we were to cut it off right, I'm not saying that like that's
You're
the best and
mailing
we
it in.
can't top it. I'm not going to sit here and say that we can't top it. I'm just
that'll
saying
do it for the year.
that if we fucking cut it off right here, I think the last episode that we just put out, episode of the year, a lot of people are saying that type shit.
I do like the topics. I'll say that much. Like, I think Mikey's been obviously putting in a bunch of work for this, and the prep is great. I like prepping for these.
I'm talking about the fucking 10. I'm not talking about clean 40. I'm saying
we were just talking clean 40.
Yeah, but I'm saying the 10. The last episode of the 10 would be episode of the year. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
It's up there. It felt very 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's way.
I saw
Yeah.
like Trash Island comps, and as someone who wasn't
Yeah.
there for that era, that seems like the biggest compliment.
Yeah.
It is kind of annoying. I enjoyed the last 40 minutes the most. Like, we should enjoy talking about the team a little more than we do, but I enjoyed the fact
Sure.
that we might blow up better.
I agree. I also agree that on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning that there's
Mhm.
no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, you can download the Kalshi app and use the promo code SECTION10 to get $10 when you trade 10. That's Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything. Our presenting sponsor. Thank you so much to Kalshi. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? The team's not good, but that doesn't mean that they're not interesting. They're like T was saying before we hit record on this episode, every fucking day with this team, there's drama, there's emotion, there's controversy, there's they suck. I mean, I guess it, like, you know, when a team sucks, there's things to talk about. I've said this a million times. Fucking T's favorite season is probably like the 22 Boston Red Sox. Like, that team fucking blew. I hate the seasons that are just 500. Give me a dumpster fire or give me a winner. Don't give me fucking 22, 23, 24. Like, don't fuck those teams. Those teams so boring. There's no, like, if I were to think back, oh, what was your favorite memory of 2022? I don't know, fucking, what did Justin Turner get a standing ovation or something?
Stop with the disrespect just for a second.
Probably.
please.
No. I love Justin Turner, but he played one season here, and it was a 500 team. You know, like that's the only thing I remember from that season was like Justin Turner, like, thank you for being the only reason to turn on my television this year.
23, there were other reasons, aka Tristan Casas, but 2022 was extremely depressing because we had this.
We were talking about 22.
Well, he mentioned Justin Turner. Justin Turner was on the team in 23.
Oh, my apologies.
Oh, I don't fucking care what year it was. They all
Have
those
some
years.
respect.
Yeah, they're the same year. That's kind of the
Yeah.
problem.
No, but
They're
this
all the
does
same year.
feel, and I was really young at the time, but closer to like a 2012 where you're seeing all these things slowly kind of leak out and get there. And it's only June 4th. It's not
Never.
September 15th. And now are we going to get to a point? Right now, it's interesting. How much before the daily news drop eventually weighs on everyone and you're just begging for it to end?
I feel like we're already there with the
Yeah,
Isiah
IKF kind of
Kiner-Falefa
said
thing.
that.
Like, I'm just going to be honest with the listening and viewing audience right now. This podcast feels way more like a let's break down all the bullshit that's happened since the last time we met versus like let's break down the X's and O's of losing 2 out of 3 to the fucking Orioles. I feel
Still
like
some notable stuff from this series for sure.
A
Yeah,
lot of
like-
weirdness.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of goofy stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Ooh, whoa, hey.
Funky?
No.
The fuck is wrong with you, Tyler? Tyler, what has gotten into you? You're just like, oh, I haven't been suspended in a while. Let me get banged a couple times. Is that what this is? Did you miss it? You want to feel dangerous? You want to feel like you're a bad boy or something? Because you're not.
He
You're
did have
not. You
quite a
would get.
stretch, right? Like, he wasn't getting tossed for a minute. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, he was on his best behavior. You want to know why? It was because it was full-time T. And he's a scared little bitch boy. He's like, oh, like Jared, now Jared can, instead of like suspending me, he can fucking fire my ass. So he's been towing that line. And now
That'd be
he
an
wants to get a
unbelievable
little
button
frisky.
for you to have if you had
He's gone.
You're
You're
fired.
fired.
Button.
you loser.
Yeah, that's I feel like you're trying to get a little frisky tonight, T.
Maybe I just been inspired by Brayan Bello just saying stupid shit, so I'm starting to say stupid shit too.
Oh.
If Pavetta said that, you would have been throwing ass.
No,
in the
I
ground.
killed
Yeah.
Nick Pavetta. Go back and listen to that Name Redacted episode. I shit all
Oh,
over
wow.
him when that
Yeah,
happened. Don't pout. Figure it out.
That's right. He I feel like he took one out of the Pavetta playbook, and then the Red Sox were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, we've already heard this. Get lost.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We can talk about the series, but I feel like people really want to discuss the happenings since the last time we recorded. The Isiah Kiner-Falefa comments. Brayan Bello got demoted a mere 10 minutes before we started this episode, so that's going to be a major talking point, including his start, or I guess you can call it a start today.
He started.
He did start. It just wasn't. I wouldn't call it a start. He was out there. He was out there. But
Narvaez fried him after the game, man. I haven't seen that quote going around
Did
yet.
he?
Sneaky fried him, dude.
okay, I'm glad. So I was gonna tweet this. I was gonna be like, after fucking Carlos Narvaez called timeout, tried to go out to the mound to calm down Bello, who was clearly about to melt down. Like the most obvious, I'm about to melt down Brayan Bello experience of all time. And Bello shoos him away. He's like, "Get out of here. What are you going to tell me that I don't already know?" Well, T, do you have the quote? Is there an audio clip, or it's only in writing?
It's just in writing. Give me 1 second. I think I got to pull it from Mass Live. I don't think the Globe only put in quotations the words "too cute." But there has been some kind of background to all of this. And it was mentioned on the broadcast today. But we know last year, Connor Wong kind of became Brayan Bello's catcher. And that's what they were comfortable with. And Cora kind of alluded to Narvaez and Bello both being very emotional guys. Maybe at certain points, those things don't play off each other super well. So let me see if I have the quote right here real quick.
I forgot about that. That like Cora basically said they had to be separated. Like from working together. Oh man. What a joke. What a disaster.
I mean, that's another thing that Bello would have just pointed the finger at, right? Did you see those stats during the game? The difference between when Narvaez is catching versus Wong? It's like, that's why I suck today, because Narvaez is behind the plate.
I mean, what are the numbers? How drastic are
It's
they?
like a 6.3 versus like a 3.5, something like that.
Blame the catcher.
Yeah.
Blame the catcher who's only, I mean, like
Who is calling pitches? Like genuine
There is some
question.
weird sequencing stuff going on for sure.
the fucking team is calling the pitches.
Well,
yeah,
that's
they're doing
it.
a bad job.
When you throw 3 straight sweepers like you did in that Kobe
Yeah.
Mayo at bat where it goes off the wall, that's where you start to look at it and you're just simply looking at a spreadsheet and saying, "Oh, the guy can't hit a sweeper. Fucking spam it over and over and hope something like good happens."
Well,
That's
well,
not
no,
pitching.
if a pitcher
it's
sees
not
it,
even that. It's not even that, because like his sweeper is the only pitch he has that doesn't suck. I tweeted this out 3 hours ago. Brayan Bello's 2 most used pitches are his sinker and his cutter. Opponents are hitting 327 with a 924 OPS against him when he goes to the sinker and the cutter. If you throw in the 4-seam fastball, in addition to those 2 pitches, now between those 3 pitches, cutter, sinker, 4-seam, opponents are hitting 349 with a 968 OPS. They are doing Yordan Alvarez against Brayan Bello when he goes to those 3 pitches. So he's got what? The changeup, he's got the sweeper, and then like a show me curveball, if you even want to fucking throw that in there. But like that's all he's got. So it's like, all right, yeah, fine. I had no problem with him throwing 3 straight sweepers, because if you throw anything else, it's like that. It's garbage. It's all garbage.
but that really wasn't what he did in this start overall. He actually had a massive jump in the changeup percentage. He had 16% usage on in the year. He upped that to 34% in this start. So like this was a pretty pivotal change. Now the sweeper was up from 7% to 18%. You saw the sinker and cutter come down, but the changeup seemed to be his whatever he was looking for to kind of bail him out of whatever today was.
Let's bum out of here.
He sucks. I think the worst part about today is you knew one pitch into the game that he didn't have it. You literally, if you had just sat down, which I had just sat down, had the Discord up, I'm like, going to be in the chat today. Let's go. Let's get it going. And then bang, first pitch
Boom.
right off the wall. And that entire inning, he just sucked. You can tell, like, the eye test never fails with Brayan Bello. You can see his body language is terrible. The pitches are all over the place. He has no control whatsoever. I totally agree with Lou, by the way. That's a situation where it's like, all right, you got guys on base. You can actually get out of this if you do just get a ground ball, which is what you're supposed to be best at. Get a double play, get out of this situation. And he does get a double play and still gives up 5 runs after getting a double play. After that DP for Alonso, it's walk, single, steal, walk, double, walk, single, reach on error, strikeout because Cap had to challenge it. Just an absolute meltdown. And obviously we'll talk about the Durbin tag. But the whole thing is just like it's a mental thing. It has to be a mental thing. The funny thing with him getting option today is if he just starts this game in the second inning, he's not getting option. There's no doubt. Like, I think he would have been great. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the second, third, and fourth. Like, he was nails after being
Cruising.
terrible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
cruising.
the Narvaez quote, just so we can catch up on that. Falling behind guys, trying to be cute probably. Bello needs to be locating from pitch one no matter where he's at. It doesn't matter the role. Of course, I know he wants to be a starter and start every game he's pitching, but he's got to adjust. He's got to help the team.
He's right.
It's fair. I mean, why baby this guy?
Well,
all right.
Hold on. Before, did he like say I'm going to kill myself if I don't start the game today? Like the Red Sox made the call to start him.
Agreed. That's so.
Yeah, they deserve blame here. Yeah.
But he cried after the game about the idea of being mentioned.
Well, he said
even
stop
the idea
talking
of a
about
bullpen.
it. Like,
well, no, you fucking suck at what you do. We are going to talk about it. How about your manager who talked 5 minutes
he
before
said
you?
He sucked.
Yeah, and how about your manager 5 minutes before you who had the same conversation saying, I don't know if he should be in the bullpen. I don't know if he should go to the minor leagues. Don't be mad that people are asking the questions because you fucking suck at what you did today. You claim you're a starter and people should never question whether you're a starter. Well, guess what? Pitch better. It's really that simple, and you haven't.
What he said. Almost to the T what he said.
But don't be mad that people are asking the question.
He didn't seem super mad. Like, he seemed like, this really sucks. I wish I didn't suck.
I disagree.
He's been very annoyed in these post-game pressers, and that's something that's kind of pissed me off because it's like he'll carry himself as if he doesn't deserve these questions. Like, you deserve these questions, dude. Everything about Bello is he doesn't want to be embarrassed and look foolish. And when he came up, obviously the Pedro comps and all that, but he probably felt internally like, yeah, I should be getting these comps. Like, I'm a guy that's going to matter for this team a lot. I get the opening day start. Like, I'm going to be here for a while. Nobody wants to look like an idiot, but he doesn't help his case, like, ever with these post-game quotes. And this one, I obviously mentioned the translator stuff all the time. I get it. I just want word for word. I think Carlos actually did a great job. And I think he did a great job of showing the tone of how Bello was saying it too, where it's like, no, I'm sick of these questions. I don't agree with these quotes, but I'm just saying it's nice to at least hear, okay, that is probably what he said. I know, Jerry, I think you had the exact translation.
I asked Jose.
And there's
perfect.
Yeah, there's the writer from The Athletic who covers the Braves who was like, Bello's direct words are much more harsh than what was translated. Like, showing you that even in this capacity, like, these words were not soft. Like, the way they were conveyed, it was already rough. It was even rougher than that. And there are people on that beat who reached out when I put that quote out there who said, man, like, if you're a Spanish speaker, those words come across even a little harder than you realize.
I mean, he's leading with, first off, stop talking about that trash, the bullpen or opener. It's like, what else are we going to, after that start, what else do you ask him? Like, that's obviously got to be the thing. If you have a, 0.71 out of the pen and a 10-plus ERA as a starter, what else am I going to ask you, dude? Like, what's your favorite color? What do you want people to start doing these, like, all-star game media questions?
He wants
like,
to be treated like he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. You are not that. You're a guy who got extended here.
The worst.
That's
it.
The worst. That's it. And you got extended here. You have a contract here. So guess what? Accountability and those things, they're part of it. And if he's going to sit there and pout like that, it clearly didn't sit well with the organization. I don't think it has for some time.
If I'm the Red Sox, if I am Craig Breslow and I have the ultimate say in this, and who knows, like, I don't know if this was the reason why he got sent down, but I would have sent his ass down the second that he said, I'm a big leaguer. I'm a big league starting pitcher, and I'll make my adjustments here. The fuck you? Who are you to tell me where you're going to make your adjustments? Like, I would have fucking, even if I believed that he could go and make his adjustments at the big league level, if I was confident in that, I'd be like, yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, go out there. The second that you start telling me where the fuck you're going to make your adjustments, get the fuck out of here. Like,
So
go enjoy Worcester. Huh?
Who started him today? 2 seconds ago, he was the guy
We
who
don't
put himself
know.
in to start.
I don't know whose decision that was. Obviously, it wasn't Bello's, but that's another element to this is there has never been a more cut and dry, hey, when he starts the game, he sucks. When he has an opener, he's awesome as a bulk reliever. And it's not even just like, oh, a bulk reliever, like 3 or 4 innings. No, he'll give you 7 shut if you give him an opener. Great. Okay, so who in the organization? Is it Bailey? Is it Breslow? Like, is it who's the pitching director, T?
It's a slightly different title at this point in time since just
whatever. Who fucking cares? It doesn't matter. Whoever's decision it was. Like, that's why I said
Actually,
during the
pitching
game, I said,
overlord.
I would love.
What's their title?
it's Ben Buck, and they have a quick
whatever. So like,
Pitching
I would
forecaster.
love to have video
The big
of the
buck.
meeting where they were just like, all right, so
We're
when
starting. him.
he's got an opener, it's an 0.71, and when he starts, he's got a 10 ERA. He's the worst pitcher in baseball. I say we throw him out there again. Like how does anyone say that in a meeting and the rest of the room doesn't look at him and be like, obviously you're being sarcastic, right? Like, obviously we need to throw him out there with an opener. The problem here isn't like we don't have to fix Bello. We fixed Bello. He's the bulk guy. That's great. What we need to fix is the opener, because every time that we have an opener for Bello, he looks great. But whoever we throw out there in the first inning, it's 2 to 4 runs right off the bat. Like, whoever we use as an opener is just as bad in the first inning as Bello is. So that's what we have to fix. We've fixed Bello. So let's not tinker with that anymore. And they're just like, you know what? Couple of back-to-back bulk outings for him. He's looked really good. Let's try him back in the first inning again. Why? Why would you? It's so dumb, Coley.
They've done that twice now, too. He's made the 2 bulks, and then they've been like, we fixed them. We figured it out. And then, no, they didn't. It's the worst every time. And then, fixed them again, figured it out. No. And I think that's my bigger issue with all this. Bello's been awful. He said as much. Anyone with eyes is saying as much. He's been awful this year. He should be a starter. He should have the mentality like, I need to be starter. I need to be better. But my bigger issue is what you just said, Jared. Like, if these are the numbers, this organization, not coaching staff, not players, if the organization can't look at these numbers and know how to utilize them, what are they doing with more complex numbers? What are they doing with fielding numbers? What are they doing with minor league numbers? What are they doing with developing hitting? What are they doing with all that? If they can't grasp these simple, obvious ones like, hey, just skip the first with this guy, the more complicated scenarios, they've got no fucking shot. None.
But I think when you're talking about the context of these numbers, it has more to do with things between the ears, and those are things that don't show up on the spreadsheet to them in a way that they hold in a significant way. Like, they may say, oh yeah, Brayan Bello out here starting in the second inning has been better. Well, 2 times the other team has gone through the lineup and he's had to start with the top of the order again and been fine. So I think they look at that and say, well, if he can do that, why can't he do it in the first? It's not understanding more about what actually could be going on between the ears. And you think there'd be more of that because you go back to how he was treated in the playoffs last year. Alex Cora was not fucking around in that playoff game. That was the shortest leash you could have possibly seen. It was very clear how Alex Cora felt about Brayan Bello, how much he trusted Brayan Bello when the emotions were the highest. And I think for a while now, we've framed the fan base is Brayan Bello as this guy between the ears that is fragile, that seemingly is very emotional, that has a hard time kind of mastering and keeping those things in check. I think for the Red Sox, they have been kind of handling him in a way where they say, well, if he can face the top of the lineup in the second inning, why can't he just do it an inning earlier? Well, the truth is, it is something between the ears, and valuing that within itself goes even beyond saying like, oh yeah, well, his first inning numbers are bad, but if he's facing the same hitters, why does it matter? Well, no, it's because the player. Do you understand how the player is going to be impacted? We talk about this with Jarren Duran over the offseason, with the outfield logjam. We go back to Alex Bregman coming in here, and you're handling a Rafael Devers. It's a lack of feel for players, who they are, how they kind of go about things that go beyond a lot of that stuff. And I think that's the disconnect that speaks loudly to me.
I almost fell off the couch when Lou had the stat of the last time a Red Sox starter faced 12 in the first inning was 1920.
That's crazy. I feel like I've watched some horrendous first innings in my
Didn't
life.
help you that
feel
twice
wrong?
last year? Like, wasn't that his whole thing? He had the 2 worst starts in baseball history last year before he disappeared.
Maybe it was like 11 batters or something. Like,
He
I would
must
have
have,
assumed In the last 106 years, I would have assumed a Sox starter faced 12 in the first inning, but apparently not. I'm sure that's good info. The Stevie stats thing I got to do today, and this blew my mind, fellas. And this is a stat I can comprehend because it's called ERA. It's a really simple one.
Yeah.
So, ERA. That's what they call it. Brayan Bello is at a 10.35 ERA. The next closest, I could not believe this, is at 5.66. That's among 70 qualified starters in the majors. So if you're keeping track at home, basically the difference between how bad Brayan Bello has been as a starter and the next closest guy is the difference between all other 69 qualified starters. Nice. That is how bad he's been. So to then have a guy that that stat to be true in the post game going, shut up, guys, I'm a starter. I shouldn't be in the bullpen. I'm built for this. Dog, like Jerry's saying, get to packing. What are we doing? Like that alone earns you the trip to Worcester, as all the guys on this team call it. It's awful. Whoop, Jerry.
So I feel like I have to say this, even though it's just so obvious. But the people that are like, why are you so hard on Brayan Bello when there's so many other players on the team that suck? And to me, it's obvious. There's a difference between like sucking and statistically being the worst in the entire league at what you do. That's the first layer of it. And then the second, it's his attitude. It's just like, there are some guys like Caleb Durbin, for example, where it's like, he's been fucking awful, but he's like, yeah, man, like I'm working on it. Like I'm going to go seek alternative methods for getting better at this. And then he does. And then we've seen progress. It's like, okay, like he looks like a different guy in the last week and change. With Bello, he's just fucking atrocious every single time he starts a baseball game. And now, after having another atrocious start where you didn't give your like, there's bad starts like Skeens the other night. It was like 4 1/3, 5 earned or whatever it was. It wasn't even that bad or something like it's like, all right, like that wasn't good for Skeens, but like kept the team in it, I guess. Like Bello goes out there, 8 fucking earned runs, and it's like the game's over after the first inning. You got people that are getting to their seats being like, okay, yeah, I just got this beer. Let me get that hot dog. What the fuck? Like, you've ruined
people that probably
everyone's
took work
day.
off, by the way. They're like, I took work off for this shit.
Yeah, he's ruined everyone's day the second that they sit down to watch the baseball game. You have to figure, I mean, how many people are going to these games knowing like, all right, the team sucks, but like at least we can go enjoy Fenway. It's a nice summer day.
Innings.
Yeah, like just let's just go watch a ball game. Who cares where the team's at? Let's just go watch a ball game. Ball game over in the first fucking inning. And then to do that, and then immediately after the game, say, I'm going to work on being not shitty here. I'm not going to go to the minors. I'm going to work on not being shitty here. It's like, well, you've had 2+ months to work on not being shitty here. And then to add even to that, say, I can't believe you guys are even asking me about this. What do you mean? It's the story. It's the story right now is you sucking as a starter, but being able to pitch with an opener. It's very confusing. We have questions about it. There's nothing analytically that can explain that. Only a psychologist and you, Brayan Bello, can explain that. So of course you're going to be asked about it. Would love to have some insight on that. None of those guys. It is so different in 2026 compared to the 2012 season that we always reference as a shit show. When that was going down, the reporters in the clubhouse were bulldogs. Like they would go in there and be like, so why do you guys fucking suck so bad and this and that? Like that was the chicken and beer the year before. So the environment that these guys are in now, it's fluff city. It's like you go
and
in
they
there.
step in it still almost every fucking couple days.
That was a
they
little
get
revisionist.
asked fluff ball questions and they're just like, you know what? I'm going to give an answer that makes me look like a fucking asshole. Like,
That's not how 2011 went.
what do you mean?
They didn't talk about any of that until after the season ended. Those weren't bulldog reporters. In real time, when that team was in first place and historically good until September, there was nothing
Shaughnessy
bubbling.
in 2011.
Shaughnessy, they were up in the World Series and like, this team fucking sucks. That's not.
I know, but he was there causing
The chicken and beer
he was
story
stirring
did
the
not
pot.
come out in the middle of the season.
Joe Haggerty was covering the Red Sox that summer, and he got kicked out of the clubhouse for being a little too, stern or stiff with the team. So yeah, like they have it so easy now in terms of how the team is being covered, and even the fans,
They
like
disagree.
their expectations. Huh?
The team disagrees.
What do you mean?
IKF disagrees. Wilson Contreras disagrees.
I don't think IKF's comments were media related.
No,
I think
they
it was
were not.
everything.
No, they were not. That he was talking about analysts and all that
Yep.
other shit. He was
That's what
talking
I've
about.
heard.
Yeah, he was not talking about the media or the fans. But since you brought it up, the Wilson Contreras quote, I guess, right message, wrong guy, right? Like him being like, people, I see people talking shit and blah, blah. It's like all those people are right. What do you mean? All these people talking shit. It's like, okay, you are having an outstanding season, Wilson Contreras. So anyone talking shit about you,
Yeah, it's not about
feel
him.
free to tell them to go fuck off. They are wrong.
he's
You are
standing up
having
for
an
his teammate.
awesome season. But anyone that's talking shit about the Boston Red Sox, what are they saying that's incorrect?
I
Like-
think he's trying to rally guys and make
Yeah.
them feel like it's us against the world. Like, fuck
That's
that.
about
fine. That's
correctness.
fine. But it rings hollow when you're like, man, all these people that don't believe in us, we see everyone talking shit about us. It's like, what are they saying that's wrong? What are they saying
Yeah.
that's wrong?
I said it earlier. Like, too often the us against the world thing, like, we pretend the us with the world is hammering the Red Sox right now. Like, the us is getting their doors blown off on a nightly basis.
I will say on the Bello front, for it to get to this point where he's going down to AAA, I hope people realize Craig Breslow sending him down, what that kind of takes for him. A guy that you extended was really one of your big first moves when you came to this organization. And now that he's down in AAA, where, yeah, you can talk about the money on the books and that's one thing, but for him not to work in your pitching program, someone you really believed in that way, that does speak a lot of volumes. I think not only about the shortcomings on the Bello front, but also just him having to be, that desperate, feel like the move's that necessary to send him down. I think it speaks to where Brayan Bello is at this point in his career too.
It's okay. Agree or disagree? I don't care. I think sending Bello down is as much of a he needs to fix himself issue as it is a culture issue.
I agree.
I don't need a guy who's the worst pitcher in the league spouting off after the game telling me that you're going to fix this up here and that you're a starter and to not ask me about this and that this yada yada. Like, it's a culture thing. This team fucking sucks. The product is unacceptable. And you're one of the biggest reasons why. You've made 12 starts. Let's just, throw the bulk starts in there as starts. You've made 12 starts. The Red Sox are 2-10 when you pitch. You're one of the biggest reasons why we're in this spot right now as a team. And you're going to stand up there after another dog shit outing and tell the media not to ask you about why and how you suck? Get the fuck out of here.
Because let's be honest, if he comes in the second inning, if he's a bullpen guy today, I put it at almost a 0% chance this happens. I really
Probably
do.
not, yeah.
Which is the answer to what you're just saying, Jared, where it's like, if he comes into the second, I bet he's really good. At worst, maybe a couple runs, whatever. And then in the media, he's not going to be like blitzed as much as he is. So he's not going to give, the front office or Breslow or anybody a chance to be like, hey, you got to get sent down to figure yourself out and to figure your game out. There's just no way that would have happened. So the whole thing sucks.
If he came in and was great again, second inning on, like, of course he would get asked about why is this working.
But it, not in like I don't think it would have been like he's blitzed or feels like he's, being looked at as lesser than. I feel like
But
when
I think he would have had the same answer. I think it would have been like enough asking about it. I think he would have been annoyed if he had a good or bad day.
I just don't think he gets asked as much about it, right? The question would still be there, but like every single question was about it today. Whereas if he was good, I think it's like, what was working for you today? I don't think you really have that like blitz the guy feel. We all knew when he popped up in the post game today, he was going to get blitzed.
Well,
there was
and
no
he's
scenario
been,
where
Yeah.
he's been asked every start or after every
That's what I
bulk
mean.
outing.
Yeah,
he's
all
been
of them.
asked, but none of the responses were like this. Why did he get this way today
'Cause
because
he
he got
sucks.
his shit kicked in.
'Cause he
And
sucks,
because,
yeah.
exactly, he got his shit kicked in and it was in front of the whole world again. And for a guy who continues to say he doesn't think there's a difference, there's clearly a difference. Clearly what you think you can do as a starter, you're failing to do.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember Pivetta being like mega bitchy in the pressers when he was dealing as a bullpen guy.
Yeah,
Obviously Nick was.
He absolutely was. He
I
said
don't
the
remember-
exact same thing.
It took
But
him
to,
a
like-
while to cool off.
I suppose. I just don't know if it was to the degree of like when you see Bello's face in these post-game pressers, I know exactly what we're going to get. When he has a bad outing, he's going to be kind of bitchy the whole time and be upset the whole time. Because his biggest thing is he doesn't want to feel like he's being disrespected, but he's mixing up disrespect as just being honest of what reporters and what the fans are seeing. We're not disrespecting you. It's just you stink, and we're asking you like, why do you stink this bad? Because you're normally not that bad. If anything, it's almost looking at the history that he's had here, and it's obviously been up and down. But this guy didn't suck last year. He was incredible for the summer. Like, he was one of their best options. So it's like, dude, how do you go from that to the worst starter in baseball? That's what we're at. We're not saying like, hey, you're awful. What the fuck? It's how have you gone from that to this? Because think about it too. In a lot of these situations, they're rubber matches. That's what sucks too. It's a lot of game threes. It's a lot of, all right, let's try to win a series at Fenway for the first time since what, April 8th? Almost 2 months. And it's like, go to Brayan Bello. Like you mentioned early, Jared, with the conversation of them deciding to go to him. That's another thing too, where it's like, I think for these guys, you got to get that monkey off your back and get a home series win and go into the stinky Bronx with a little bit of momentum and feeling good about yourself. That's the guy. That's literally the last guy in baseball I would want on the mound to try to get the first home series win in 2 months. So none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense.
Well-
like Bello doesn't deserve 100% of the blame. Absolutely not. The Red Sox got away with that, but it's none of it's good right now.
You go back to Pivetta, right? And his last start in 23 was May 16th. He didn't start another game all the way until
Till August, right?
Yeah, August 9th of that year against the Royals. Or no, he started one on July 31st against the Mariners. It
Okay.
looks like they went back to a bulk roll for one game and then switched it up again. But I do think Chad Tracy before the game kind of set the stage for everything with his quote saying, we need Brayan Bello to start to be successful. That's how they feel as an organization. He needs to start, whether they're worried about the bullpen being burnt out. Is that because Whitlock's down and they feel like they need more arms? To be fair, the night before, Ryan Watson pitched the 3 innings after Tolle. So the bullpen was as fresh
Super
as it's
fresh.
going to be, right? But
Right.
do they look at it and say, we don't feel like we can burn that arm right now? And just overall, Brayan Bello, at this point in your career, we expect you to be better than this. It comes to a certain point where 4 seasons
1000%.
into your career, you need to step up and be that guy, or else we'll take our chance. If it's going to be Jake Bennett, coming up relatively soon, maybe that's the way they go about things. But it may have been one of those points for the Red Sox today where they said, guess what? You're either going to start these games or you're going to get the fuck out. And he went out there and not only shit the bed, he shit through his pants, he shit through the house, he shit on the grass, he shit on anything you could
shit through the
find.
house.
Well, but it's even the stuff on the mound in the
He shit in
body
Jared's
language.
shower.
Like, I think body language on
That
the
was
mound.
Bello in there.
Yeah. I think
Wasn't
body
me, it was
language
Craig Breslow.
on the mound goes a very long way. I think that speaks a lot to how a team feels. I think when we saw Alex Cora was here, what would Cora do? And he did it in that last game, or the
That
second to
Baltimore
last game
start.
on that Friday. He went out there because he saw Bello hanging his head, talked to him and said, get it together. Because I'm not putting up with this. We're not letting you act this way again. And he, for whatever it was, he seemed to pick his head up and get over it. I think they draw a certain line with that body language. And you telling Carlos Narvaez, I'm good. Who the fuck are you to tell Carlos Narvaez you're good? Who, seriously? And it's not because Carlos Narvaez has been great this year, because he hasn't. But you are out there falling apart in front of the world. If the catcher feels like he needs to come talk to you, sit there and take a minute to talk, because clearly you don't have the answers to fix what's going on in front of you.
I'm glad he still came out because there's other catchers that be like, oh, it's like, nah, I'm coming out, dude. I'm coming out. And it reminded me of the Cap interview we did. It's like, I got to tell a guy when he's being a pussy. Like, that's probably
And
what he
this is
just
something
did.
he's like complimented for by multiple people on this staff in this organization for his handling of pitchers. And like,
Yeah.
you're sitting there and you're saying, I'm good. I'm good. Why? Why do you feel like you're at this point in your career where you can tell people these things? Because you are not that guy. Why are you carrying yourself like you're that guy? Because you're just simply not. It was nice to see it for a couple months last year. We forget he shit the bed in September too. He was not good in September before that playoff. So it was nice to have a 3-month stretch, but you've lacked consistency throughout your almost entire tenure in Boston. You're not young anymore. People aren't going to look at you in that way. So guess what? The consequences eventually kick in when the stakes are supposed to be high.
I heavily disagree with Tracy on they need him to start to be good and to win. They just don't. Like, clearly, he can come in the second inning and be really good. And that also negates the burning an arm in the first inning. Use somebody in the first inning that makes sense. Figure
if
it
he
out.
throws 7 innings, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's the thing. If Bayo's going to go give you 7.
Like, if he's
You're gonna
actually
use a
going to do
reliever
what
regardless.
He's
not going 9.
So it's like, whatever. If you're going to have a reliever pitch in that game either way, so it's like if it's the first inning or the 7th inning, it makes no difference at all. Or the 8th inning based on how Bayo's gone. But if you think he's going to be in there, which most of these, by the way, he's gone 2 through 7. I'd like to see the exact numbers, but most of the time I feel like I look up and Bayo's still in. Yeah, 7, even the 8th inning. So it's like he'll still be in there deep into games. You can't possibly tell me that's burning an arm. That's just using him in a different inning. So I don't understand that part of it either, where it's like very clearly when you start him, he sucks. And when you have him come in the second and go deep, it helps it doesn't hurt the pen. That helps the bullpen out. Coley?
Is this a crazy theory to think that they've been so bad at picking the first inning guy that they just like punted on it today? They were like,
I think that's part of it.
We clearly don't know who the first inning, even though we were calling for Greg. I thought Will Fleming, because I was mowing the lawn during this game. I wasn't going to waste fucking time watching this shit. But I listened to the entire game. Poor Will and Lenny were saying like Siegler, whatever the fuck his name is. They were like, this is his MLB debut. And then they were like, nope, that's wrong. By the middle of the game, they were like, who fucking cares anymore? But I thought Fleming actually
this fucking game.
I thought he had a brilliant idea, which was like just send like the whole bullpen out like a half hour before the game as if the game started, and then just have the phone ring and be like, get whoever loose as if the game had been going on. Because what he said, and it's I don't think it's incorrect, bullpen guys are so used to just like getting hot. I think when Sam Diego or Moran knows like 24 hours in advance, like you're starting tomorrow, like that's a different way to prepare for the game that these guys just simply aren't used to at this stage of their career. So Fleming being like, get all the boys out there, and then the phone just rings and they're like, hey, Tyron, get the fuck up, pal. I also heard, I can't remember who was saying it, but they were just like, oh, if I think maybe it was a Craig quote. They're like, if we started with a righty reliever, then Baltimore would do their lineup differently.
Yeah,
what fucking sense does that make though? Like Bayo's a righty. Like,
no, but they want Bello not to see the lefties at the top, right? So they try to throw a lefty out there in order to go get those lefties out. Otherwise, you just switch the platoon.
Even though twice it hasn't mattered when he's
I get that, but I'm saying if you go righty, why would that be any different? Like if you're going a righty,
well, you got to have faith in the righty to get the lefties out, and they don't like those matchups. I think based on what they have with Weiser not being very good.
Listen, how could they be worse than the Bello matchups?
It's like they're not going to change their lineup if it's the same arm that's coming
same
out.
arm.
Yeah, I think at that point though, and this is where you get into the matchup conversation. The way they view the game is that if the matchup doesn't make sense, they don't want to go that route. But honestly, before any of the Bello stuff
first
happened,
inning numbers do not make sense. That's where they lose me entirely. Like they do not know how to read the numbers they are looking at.
yeah, I'm not going to argue that they are great at interpreting the data because clearly they're struggling. But when we saw like Joe La Sorsa today, the Red Sox acquired him. That's a guy who started twice in AAA this year, who's a lefty reliever. I was like, oh, are they going to get another lefty to try to be an opener for this team because they just believe their lefties aren't very good? Because Danny Coulomb feels like a dead man walking at this point in time. I don't think they believe in him to do anything in general. But yeah, you start to look at like some of these options there. I think they got to the point with Bello where they said, we've lost a couple of these games sending out the openers and it's infuriating to us. Go out there. You need to eventually grow up and be that guy. And if you're not going to be that guy, you need to get out. And I think all the other stuff has only strengthened their case and given them more conviction to do so. But Tracy told you after the game, when they asked him about sending Bello to the minors after he dropped his 4th, I don't know. He essentially said, I need to talk with the rest of the organization because, I want to have those conversations with them before I go any further.
I mean, he can't make any decisions.
That's the other half.
That's not his. Imagine if he was like, I'm sending him to Worcester. They would have been like, no, you're not. You have less say than Bello does.
Yeah, I think, and I didn't think that was Tracy's finest post game either. I thought that looked like one of the first moments to me. He looked a little, maybe the moment, just things going wrong. I don't want to say like broken, but the spirit down, clearly feeling some of it.
He looked sad.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him because I mean, obviously he's at a point where no one's going to be like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay in Worcester. I actually don't want this opportunity. but you're stuck with the interim title. So Craig Breslow's like first press conference was like, yeah, if we find someone better, we're going to get rid of him immediately. And then I can't imagine it. I can't, like, maybe his opinion is being considered. I can't imagine he's even filling out the lineup card.
The Globe article told you differently, though. The big piece we got from Tim Healy was like, Chad Tracy? People think he could be the guy in this organization because he pushes back. Well, Alex Cora pushed back for the last couple of years, and they friggin' murked the dude in a hotel and said, you and anybody who even likes you or considers you a friend, we need to murk them too. So I don't know how much this pushback Breslow's really in favor of. Maybe it's a certain way of conveying the pushback that they like, but Tracy claims he's filling out the lineup and he has final say.
That's good to know, I guess. Do you believe it?
They're what, 4-8? Their last 12. Is it good to know?
I think it's a very collaborative approach. I'd call it that.
I mean, the first thing Tracy said when he got off the plane to Baltimore was like, yeah, I had filled up the lineup on the plane and it surprisingly matched exactly what they wanted. So shocking.
Whoa.
I bet like he was like, hey, we're going Gasper a lot more. Like, I think he probably has been like allowed to suggest things, but he certainly can't send someone to Worcester.
No.
But
yeah, no, I don't think he's making that move on his own.
Like, this looks, I think, just awful for Craig more than anyone. Like, this was, I brought it up a lot. This is a guy who we just talked about got pulled immediately in his one playoff start. And then all offseason T, what did McAdams say? They're not shopping Bello. They're not shopping Bello. Teams are calling. They're not moving Bello.
Rosenthal was the only one who said that they were discussing him.
But even that came like, what, post Suarez? Like, that wasn't.
It was the night of Jared's Christmas party because we were all there, and I remember aggregating the article, standing in a circle with you guys.
So, they had opportunities to move him. I suggested moving him for Peralta. Now that Peralta's lit the world on fire this year for the Mets or anything. And Bello, of course, would be the NL Cy Young favorite if he were in Milwaukee. Of course he would. But, like, the amount of pushback I got suggesting moving this guy, like, the organization had already just washed their hands of him. I don't know why they brought him back. I don't know what's going on. The disconnect top down. And something Ian Kundal had said to me too about the Tracy interim tag. Like, I've heard a couple people float like they can't fire Craig because of how hard it was to hire Craig last time. Like, it was just so hard because of all the turnover they have had to even get people on the phone to come take the job. That's a reason to keep. It's a terrible reason to keep a person, especially when I think it's a much more attractive job now than it was then. Back then, Story still had 4 years left on his deal. Yoshida had 4 years left on his deal. And you just were coming into an inherited manager. Right now, anyone who comes in does not have a manager. They have an interim manager. So they could make whatever decision they wanted to make there.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and then on top of that, I think the most appealing option would be internally. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I think Eddie Romero is a very intriguing option to take the job.
It didn't seem like they were super intrigued by that idea. Like, if you had to go through the process of hiring Craig Breslow, who I think we forget this part of the story.
Breslow.
Yeah, for Craig Breslow, they wanted him to be the director of pitching here. Like, that was the idea for him. That was the plan. When they realized nobody was willing to really interview for the job, they said, you know what? We'll eat the bullet for a couple of years because we think, you would be the guy. You would be the candidate 2 cycles from now that everyone would be on. It's just tough because it looks like that guy was probably in the organization already. And Paul Daboni was super green then, super green when he took the Nationals job. But that was a guy who would have been the GM this year under Craig Breslow if they had their way, if Breslow had his way and he never left. So, like, I think all those things are there. I think the other issue with Bello, and I wonder how similar it is to Duran, where based on the money and the CBA resetting when if he were to get dealt in one of these moves, I think teams are much lower on him than maybe the way the fan base saw him over the offseason based on the season he had, because everything underneath the hood was very negative. And I think there's certain things maybe like Duran where people have concerns about him in markets and how he'll handle things. I bet those follow Bello in a lot of ways too.
There's like 1, maybe 2 other markets that are on this level. Every other one is a massive step down.
Yeah, no, I don't mean in the way of like, don't send him to New York because he can't handle the media. I mean in the way where you send Bello and people just have questions about between the ears and whether he can
of course
live up to just being a dependable Major League Baseball player anywhere.
But I think that last offseason, if you were going to move him, there would have been biters. There would have been plenty. Because if you were a free agent last year, what would he have gotten? 100 over 5?
Who?
Bello.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I absolutely think so. He would have been
No.
26-year-old free agent coming off of the best season of his career.
I think underneath the hood, teams would be.
Again, you say that his FIP was like a 4.5, his ER was a 3.5. Like,
Yeah.
I understand there were things that people didn't like.
no
We've seen
strikeouts.
worse pitchers get much
but
better deals.
The things we're talking about are the things pitchers get paid for. Like, if you're Nick Pivetta or someone like that, you'll get more opportunity when the peripherals pointed to you being better than what you had been previously. I think for Brayan Bello, it pointed in the opposite direction. And I think it's a lot different when there is money like there is attached to Brayan Bello as a whole right now. I just think with the Red Sox too, though, is how do you value these players? It's like, are you valuing Brayan Bello like you do Jarren Duran, where it doesn't match how other teams see you? Because if you are, then it becomes harder to move that guy in different deals too. I'm so curious to see what the Red Sox thought of Brayan Bello just as an overall piece.
That report today too about Duran, where it's like there's such a gap between how the Red Sox view Duran and how other teams view Duran. It's just, at the end of the day, how it's almost like the Red Sox are living on their own planet, where it's just, I don't know how certain decisions are made. I don't know how things are broken down the way that they are so that they see it the way that they do, and just no one agrees. But they don't care. They're just like, this is how we see it. This is our formula. This is our algorithm. And if you don't agree with us, we're smarter than you. And it's like, well, you're one of the worst teams in baseball, and you are by far the worst team at home in baseball. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not even like the frustrating isn't the word. I keep using the word hopeless. Like, it is hopeless that you're in this position, and I don't know how you get out of it. It's not like one day Craig Breslow is going to be like, you know what, we're revamping, and we're going to he feels the way that he feels, and it's not working.
Yeah, what you're saying actually goes to a line in that Globe article. And this is from Tim Healy. If you haven't read it, please go read it. Breslow supporters and detractors agree. He is heavily reliant on analytics. He is either an extremely principled executive who deploys model-based decision-making, as one friendly put it, or woefully beholden to algorithms, as the less than friendlies do. And I think when you talk about Craig Breslow here, Bello's the kind of guy that probably looks great on models, because you look at a lot of the stuff within itself, the velocity, what he has, the age. Oh, this is something that might be able to play in a certain way, or in a certain model it may look a little bit better. But when it comes down to, do you have it between the ears to be a pitcher? Do you have a lot of those other things? It feels like that's always been the missing component with Bello. And maybe to a point, it's nice that it can come and go, and we've seen it for stretches, but if you can't maintain it over 30 starts, you are what Brayan Bello is, and that's a mediocre to worse starter for a majority of his big league career. Yeah. It sucks, man. The way we talked about Brayan Bello, like, over the years, and hopeful, and you kind of watch some prospects go through that entire cycle over time of, all right, he's young. You make those excuses. You allow for the growing pains. It's just interesting because now it seems like the entire fan base, besides maybe very few, are over it in just about every single capacity. Maybe even internally.
I don't
Talk
know
about a
anyone
dude that's going to hate being in Worcester, by the way. Like, that trip's going to be brutal. And
you thought the questions were bad today? What do you think they're going to be when you get down there for the first day? And
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm pretty excited for the media availability in Worcester. I don't know if they air that or if that's just all just reporter phones or whatnot, but looking forward to what he says down there.
I just hope he reports. I wouldn't put him
past him.
I would have put it past him as a guy who may need a couple days or go on the restricted list, and they need to kind of reel him back in. Like, I would not be shocked if anything like that happened at this point.
Is that so? What would
shocking.
protocol be there? Is that Tracy calling him into the office? Is that how that works there?
To send him down?
Of like, hey, you're going to Worcester? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, that's a Breslow-Tracy conversation. Probably Bailey.
Okay.
You don't think there'd be like a McGinsky kind of situation that could play out here? Like with the Pirates right now and everything he's been going through, getting booted from the rotation, where like raged about it for 24 hours and then got over himself and was like, all right, like I have to go to the bullpen. The issue for Bello is it's even worse. And you suck instead of McGinsky, who's pitched well.
I mean, I don't know. if they told him you're getting demoted and he's just like, I'm not going, then, I mean, you're kind of like in breach of contract, no?
Yeah, I feel like you have to, but he's going to make a fuss either way. No doubt.
That's it. I'm not saying like he's gonna be like, I'm retiring or you need to trade me today, but more one of those things where like they're like, go away for 48 hours, get your life together, and then report to Worcester.
Sure, that's completely different than the scenario you just laid out.
Going on the restricted list, that's what would happen.
The team telling him to go away for 48 hours just to calm down versus him refusing to report are wildly different scenarios.
I'm speaking in terms of a situation where he's unhappy and they see he's not happy, he's not good for the environment, and they both say, let's come back to this in a few days and let it breathe because he's not happy, he doesn't want to be down there, and they just kind of go from that point.
Yeah. Whatever. I hope. Do you think we'll see him again in the big leagues this year?
Yep.
You do?
Of course.
I don't think that's of course. I mean, we said that about Christian Campbell. We haven't seen him since.
I would say he starts a game for the Red Sox before Crochet.
They don't like to be in this spot where you have Crochet down and Patrick Sandoval is just starting his rehab assignment again in a couple of days.
Were you told not to say that name again on this program?
I will say it. Cutter Crawford, once again, barking, just not able to get through it. But for the pitching depth to be this bad and Crochet isn't back and you still send Bello down, also, Jesus, man, that's a low. That is a tough pill to swallow for Jake Bennett, who, no matter what, I know the velocity has been better and
he's been
the
great.
Stuff has been better. The stuff there it's a much lower ceiling, but they're looking for floor, and Brayan Bello doesn't give you floor right now. And if it is Bennett, I'm curious to see whether this is a roster thing for a couple of days and then they call him up or not.
This doesn't feel like roster maneuvering. This feels like get your shit figured out.
No, yeah. But in terms of like when Bennett's going to get added to the big league roster, like are they going to wait a couple of days before he's ready?
Yeah, they'll wait for his turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. I can't remember the last day he tossed.
Yeah, there's no need to add him to the roster right now.
His last start was
June
2nd.
Doopy-doo.
So yeah, you could probably line him up rather easily.
I mean, they had Tolle take like 3 weeks off before they brought him up.
Fair. Yeah, Bennett had a long layoff too before his start.
Red Sox lose 8-2. Mm-hmm. Wow, the weekend is upon us. Wait, what day is it? It's Thursday. All right, the weekend is upon us, and man, am I excited to watch some blue moons. Did I say watch some blue moons? I meant drink some blue moons. I was going to say drink some blue moons and watch the Red Sox on the couch that I don't have. It's a lot of words. I don't have a couch, guys. I don't have a couch. Yeah, we ordered a couch. We're still waiting on it. I'm pretty excited for it to get there because I'm going to be drinking some blue moons on that couch and watching Red Sox baseball. What a great combo, right? Red Sox baseball and blue moons. Just baseball in general. Because no baseball date is complete without Blue Moon Belgian White. Born in a ballpark 30 years ago at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions that you want a lighter option, of course, you can reach for a Blue Moon Light at only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's a refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. And if you're looking for a great-tasting non-alcoholic beer, well, boy, oh boy, you can try Blue Moon non-alcoholic, still made with Valencia orange peel and coriander, with just 80 calories. Great for when you want to hold the alcohol, but not the flavor. The Sox are not home this weekend. Feel like, yeah, that's a good thing. That means they're probably going to win games. But like B, it's like, I don't know. I kind of just like being at A and B, cracking a Blue Moon with the fellas. I don't know. T, you got plans this weekend?
I'm going to New Hampshire on Saturday.
You going to drink some Blue Moons there?
Yeah, I'm going to my grandmother's grave, so maybe we can pop a couple together.
Blue Moon Light, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Blue Moon Belgian White, brightly brewed with real Valencia orange peel and iconically garnished with an orange slice. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one.
Yeah.
Jared, you know this. In sports, everyone's got a can't-miss training hack, right?
Yeah. Do you have like one or two? Like
That's
one
how
main
I
one?
used to feel about
Yeah.
hair growth products. A lot of hype, not a lot of results. What changed for me was learning that Nutrafol isn't just another supplement. I don't really have training hacks, Jared, to answer the question finally.
Oh, okay.
I don't really have them because I don't really train.
You're just
I
naturally
just train
gifted
on
like that.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
train on like trying to eat less. Like that's what I train on.
Mhm.
I train on like I train my brain
Sure. Yeah.
to eat less. And then the thing on my brain is hair or a lack thereof. And that's why I need Nutrafol. It's
Nutrafol.
physician formulated, clinically tested, and recommended by dermatologists. It's a real game plan for thinning hair. Guys, if your hair isn't playing like it did in your 20s, it might be time for a real comeback, not another workaround, because throwing on a hat like I always do isn't a strategy. Nutrafol supports healthier hair from within. Nutrafol now offers hair growth supplements tailored to men at every single age because the root causes of hair thinning change over time, and your routine, my friend, that should change as well. Nutrafol Men for ages 18 to 49 to help improve hair growth and achieve thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months. And new Nutrafol Men 50 plus, you guessed it, my friend, the first and only hair growth product specifically formulated for men over the age of 50. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, you guessed it, the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine, well, it's super easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you, my friend, on track. Plus, with the Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20% and get added perks. I love added perks to support your hair growth journey. Start Nutrafol today and make that hat go away. Visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code SECTION10 for $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SECTION10. Now back to Section 10.
I feel like we can just keep it rolling on the drama stories. Right on over to the IKF quote.
Such a weird...
Did you guys like my video?
Can we play the audio?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Okay. I
Yeah,
texted T about this. I'm like,
Dude,
what the hell am I?
I'm sitting there with my phone at Martha's place. I'm like, Martha, don't talk. I need to record this because I can't screen record. And I was so happy. When he was saying it, I was like, he needs to have a mic taken away from him. He is not a safe one to put in front of the mic.
I love it. This is great for us.
It pours out of him.
Here's what he said. This was after the 4-2 loss on, what, Tuesday?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody in here is sick of it. We got to find a way to be better.
Why do you think it is? Why do you think there's such a discrepancy between the road record and home?
I just feel like on the road we're a very close-knit team. We come home and there's just a lot of people. It's different. It's just a different vibe at home, and we got to figure out a way to make it small like how it is on the road. I just feel like at home we see a lot of people that we don't know, or just don't know that are around this area. And when we're on the road, it's just a close-knit group, and we're becoming a really close team. We got to find a way to bring that back home.
You know who's been floating around Fenway a lot more than he ever has, Jerry?
Tyler Milliken.
JH?
Tyler Milliken.
Oh, okay. See, yeah.
I saw a lot of people being like, who do you think he's talking about? You guys, you're at Fenway Park all the time. He's sick of people like you. I'm like, dude, first off, I've never even been in the clubhouse. I've actually never been in the dugout during a Red Sox or before a Red Sox game.
Definitely not during.
I would hope not. Yeah.
It's just
If
I'm
the
right next to
camera cut to the dugout.
I'm in the
team's
story
just-
spot. I'm just sitting there talking back and forth.
Come on, guys.
He's just telling everyone. He's like, "This is so good, kid."
I'm telling you. Hey, Skip. I'm telling you, give this guy more chances. I know he's on the IL, but
I see the vision, Skip.
No. But I saw a lot of people thinking it was like, oh, we're at Fenway Park every single game doing this. I was like, you guys, like,
no.
do you think we're there that much? Really?
He's been there 3 times, I think.
That's
And
it.
immediately IKF was like, "Get a weird vibe at the park these days." I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
this
going
weird
on.
dude kind of squatting around. I don't really know what he's doing. He's got poop in his pants. It's very odd.
Yeah, refuses belts.
Yeah.
This guy's ass
everywhere.
crack is all over the place in the dugout.
His follow-up quote. Do you have his follow-up, by the way? Because it's like not better.
His
like
follow-up was very
clarification.
Oh,
clearly.
I have the clarification.
He's like, yeah, people be around.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
It's a place where people go. It's Fenway Park.
So when asked to clarify, he goes, a big market at home and a lot more going on, and we just have to do a better job as a team to make it smaller. We haven't played well at home. We're trying different things and looking into different things. Everybody here has treated me well. It's a great group. We just got to find a way to translate it here at home. But yeah, everything on the road is just a lot smaller, and here's just a lot bigger. And we need to do a better job of just simplifying everything. We have a young group as well. So the simpler we can make it, the easier it'll be. Is he talking about more Red Sox staff members, more media? Just a little bit of everything. At home, it's just
So
a big
vague.
market. This is what you dream of. There's a lot going on the road. We're just, our small group is a part of playing in big markets. It's what I signed up for. It's what a lot of us dream of. To put this jersey on, it means the world to us. It's like he saw the red dot like lining up on his forehead as he worked through the quote. It was like, dude, where are you going with this shit? Like, you're going from saying like, this isn't good, we need to fix it, to like, I love it. This is what I'm about.
Yeah,
You
me
played for the
personally,
Yankees,
with the
IKF.
shit. Everyone else, big pussy around here. It's one of, I think it's a more alarming quote than anything Bello said, just because, like, I don't know if he was, like, having a stroke. I don't know if he was dying on the spot. Like, he just kind of kept saying the same thing.
A
He was
week
like, what
ago,
about
he
this
had a mental
order? Do you guys like it
breakdown.
in this order better? What about if I say it this
But that's he's also saying stuff that doesn't really relate. Like it'll be like
No.
it's a big market and like there's people we don't notice and like we just gotta figure it out. I'm like, these are all answers to different questions. Like just answer the question. I can't.
As
What
if
were
a
you
million
talking about?
people were screaming like an old president. Sir. And that's not what's happening.
That's not what's going on. I think honestly, we don't overdo it. I don't think we ever overdo it with quotes. Like obviously, I love looking for stuff we can do for the quote cards and everything after the game. This couldn't even be a quote card because it's so weird. It reads so weird. I read it 3 times and then I texted Tyler
I
to
was
be
about
like,
to say, I'm going to read the message. Let me see.
Am I having a stroke or is he
"Am I
one of us
losing
is
it? What the
having a
fuck is he
stroke?
talking about?" Booty doo, daddy da.
All right, here we go.
Ooh,
I'm trying to figure out what the hell he's even talking about.
I don't get it. I didn't
Him
get it. And
too.
I read it back and I'm like, this still doesn't really make a lot of sense. And with IKF, one thing I've realized, because I really knew nothing about him before he came here, obviously like knew the stops he had, but I knew nothing about the person. And even, talking with you guys, you're like, oh, he's a good team guy. I'm like, oh, I guess he's like a clubhouse guy. I didn't really know that. I just knew he was the dude that didn't get off third base in Toronto, and they should have won the World Series. But I noticed he always tends to like, wait a second. He's like, am I really going to, like, he has an internal conversation. He's like, am I really about to say the thing that might kind of be what I shouldn't say? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. And I kind of like that he does just because, to Jerry's earlier point, like, I'd rather we have a season like this if we're going to suck this bad. Like, give me some funny quotes. Give me some weird quotes. Give me some stuff where it's like, what does he mean by that? Because I think most people would assume it meant, like, Breslow's nerds are just around him. I didn't jump to that. But at the same time, he kept it kind of intentionally vague where you could think it means anything. You could think it means T is there too much, even though it's 3 times. You could think it means like family members are hovering around everybody. But at the end of the day, that should have nothing to do with that 9-on-9 match that's going on. These people are off the field like 2 hours before the game, like an hour and a half before the game. So like, how the hell is that then impacting?
tearing the clubhouse apart.
Well, it's also like
what?
it sparks all the talk about like the young players, those rumblings that have been around about guys going out and doing different things. You start wondering, do certain players have entourages that they're pulling up with and they're not focused? But I do think, and it feels like a lot of the chatter points towards, I think, a change post Alex Cora. And I'm not saying this is just in the big league level, but potentially across the entire organization, where maybe there was a line before about uniform personnel versus non-uniform personnel, and now that line is a lot more blurry. It's maybe just different in terms of the way Breslow operates. And if that's the case, like, I think certain players are going to feel some type of way. And that's not saying like guys can't have their hitting coaches in there. We know with Bregman, like, that was a thing. But I think there's certain types, maybe certain people in terms of how things are coached or maybe how information is provided, that group gets bigger at Fenway when, you're getting more of that organization in front of you versus when you have to travel on the road.
There do be a lot of people around.
There are a lot.
Yeah, I back him on that. There are a lot of people around. I didn't realize it was tearing the team apart, though.
It's so before the game. It's like it couldn't be farther from first pitch. It might as well be a different day. It's so far from first pitch. Like this should not have that big an impact on the game. You're 10-21 at Fenway. It's not because like Narvaez's sister is fucking at the games 2 hours before. Like, come on, man. And I honestly I love these quotes. I really do because he keeps it honest. And then some people be like, "Well, Bello's keeping it honest." Yeah, no, Bello's actually just being over the top when he should just answer questions that are relatively simple. But IKF takes a question like, what was the question? Just like
I think
The home run
what's your
splits.
favorite
They were
color?
asking why the team was bad at home versus the road.
oh, okay, yeah. Why you guys suck here? And he's like, there's just too many people that are,
He said there's
that are
this
at
deep-
Fenway Park.
There's a secret cabal that lives under the field that really scares the Jesus out of the fellas.
There's too many people at the smallest ballpark in all of Major League Baseball. But yeah, I
But you're
guess.
right. He does pause. He was like, "Am I about to drop like the juiciest secret you've ever heard?" And he's like, "Fuck it, everybody jump on my back. We're headed to Vagtown." And it's like, "The fuck are you talking about, man? What is going on?"
Like the way
Again,
the
I
articles
watched
were
it 5
written,
times.
like the articles are like, and we asked again, and it's just a repeat of the same quote and like different phrasing.
Coley mixed section 10 times. Huh? Fucking what? What is that? What are you talking about?
We were on the live stream when the quote dropped, so I saw T tweeted the video of it. Well, I think first I saw a part of it in text, and I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" And then T tweeted the video, and we played it on the stream, and everyone was just like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm glad that like I'm not stupid and like like I didn't understand it, but everyone else is like, oh no, what are you talking about? He's talking about X, Y, and Z." Everyone was very confused by it, but
Confusing process.
I can't remember a recent year where you had like this many players. Like last year was very like Devers focused, those first couple months, like where you had quotes that stood out and you were kind of waiting for, what they were going to say, and then it all got aggregated. But this year it's like almost half the roster has like a moment where those quotes like went crazy or went nuts, like whether it's been Contreras, whether it's been Bello, whether it's been IKF. Meyer had that moment with Contreras. It's kind of just spread, man. There's a lot of guys who've had some
Story
weird, and Whitlock.
Yeah.
Those two, even
early.
Anthony the other day about the injury. Like, just so people know,
Anthony.
like, this is what's going on. Like, a lot of players on this roster now have spoke up and either complained or alluded to something being off.
And it's June 4th.
Narvaez
that's
had
the thing.
the benching for disciplinary reasons.
Yeah.
The dysfunction's crazy. I mean, you don't have to look that far. With the baseball team, it's hard to hide it. Like, these seasons are insanely long. We still have about 60+% of the season left. Like,
Jesus.
you can't hide it from top to bottom. It's just a shit show, and that's what it is right now.
The Red
And-
Sox
and
hadn't
it's every
even hit
day,
rock bottom.
so it's like you're around so much. There's bound to like when the vibes are bad, there's bound to be bad things happening.
As Mikey would say, way I look at it, McGavin, we've only just begun. I honestly think that applies to this team a lot. What we're getting right now, I think this is only the tip of the iceberg of what these guys are saying, and then we'll be willing to say. And I don't know if it was Lou that mentioned this. Somebody mentioned this. Might have been Will. I forget. But IKF is what? He's a 1 year guy, right? He's $6 million 1 year. So why does he doesn't give a shit? He's telling you he's fighting for his life. So he's a guy that's been in this league and doesn't have to worry about some like protecting a deal or something. Too.
I'm surprised there's not more Breslow support from him. Like, just like kind of like showing up and being like, listen, this is the greatest organization I've ever played for in my entire life. I'm exactly where I need to be. He's like, you're $6 million, shove it up your fucking ass, dude. This place sucks. I'm not for it. I do look at last year though. Like, it's June 4th right now. The hot streak the Red Sox got on hadn't started for a couple more days. They got their ass beat in New York, I think June 8th last year. That was the Walker Buehler blow-up start. So, like, we're not even at the point of the Devers trade or the next rock bottom that came post-Devers trade leading up to the Duran interview. Like, there is so much to go here in the story of the 2026 Red Sox.
Do you think at any point it gets better before it gets worse, or no? You think it's just gonna
It's
be all
hard.
downhill from here?
Because it feels like there's been so many moments, and they said it on the broadcast yesterday, where you're like, all right, like a month ago, you'd have one of those games where you score the runs and you're like, all right, here we go. Like, that was it. Now it feels like even the team knows it's like, oh yeah, we can get it together for a night, but getting it together for anything beyond a series right now, unless you're an AL Central team, is basically impossible to them. And on the road, they are above 500 at 16-14, but the more they lose at Fenway, the harder some of these losses continue to build up, and you have moments like you did with Bello today. It feels like that like boogeyman is getting bigger and bigger for them, and they're not built to win at Fenway Park. That's the other part of it.
They're 4-0 on unobstructed views.
That is crazy.
Do you think it's selfish you haven't done more?
Jesus Christ.
What the hell?
Like, do you hold yourself accountable at all?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you should be doing more views.
I said last night on unobstructed views, I asked Alana, I said, if it meant that the Red Sox would turn their season around, would you do the views every single night? And she said, are we getting paid for that? And then the producer said in my ear, no. I said, no. And she said, well, then no. And I said, I would do it then. So I don't hold myself accountable at all. I presented this to Nesson last night. So no, not my fault.
Not about the money, Spider-Man.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
Yeah. Red Sox lose 4-2.
Shout out Payton Tolle.
Oh my God.
For being like, for
The
me,
best.
I don't know how you fellas feel. He's like genuinely one of 3 reasons I even like turn the TV on anymore.
Yeah.
Even when he's not pitching.
Dude, you want to talk about an A1 human being?
What did happen there?
I wish I could tell you. There was no brain there. We're in a groove with the windup. Let's go back to it. You know, I haven't had a balk this year, so I thought this is the perfect time for it. Yeah, I was in disbelief at myself. Creates good TV, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, he's the best. Like, there's nothing that man could
Thank you. The way Payton Tolle makes me feel is the complete opposite of the way Brayan Bello makes me feel. In every single way.
You needed to interrupt me to say
That's
that.
I had pinkies up during the quote and you didn't see them.
No, I was playing the quote.
No, I wasn't trying to interrupt him. I just wanted to go after
But you
him.
were. You were.
No.
That's what you did.
No, I did not. I waited for it
did.
to finish. I interrupted you.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tolle. Jerry, go ahead.
Anyways, I just love Payton Tolle, man. I hope nothing but the best for that man. He's the only thing that has made me smile this season, really. I mean, that Wilyer Abreu throw today, that moved the needle for me, for sure. But man, it is in a very tough season. So here's what I love about Payton Tolle is that there are certain guys that probably are that bubbly, like what's his name? Brett Phillips, right? Super
Sure.
happy guy for the Tampa Bay Rays. I feel like if you put someone like that on the Red Sox, they're just like, oh, like the mood is somber. I'm just going to be somber to like match the energy. Like I don't want to stand out and look like I'm having a good time because the team sucks and whatever. But like Payton Tolle's just like, I'm just a happy guy, man. Like I'm happy to be in the big leagues. I'm happy to play baseball with my pals. And, you know, if that's a bad thing, then it is what it is. I love that about him. I need that. Like, I get it when some play, because like we run into it with this podcast when over the last 7 years, like, hey, do you want to come on the podcast? It's like, we suck right now. So like, I don't want to come on and be like laughing and joking with you guys when the team's bad and the fans are mad and the media is pissed off. It's like, all right, cool. We understand. But someone like Payton Tolle, I need that come up for air time during my week where it's like I get to sit down, I get to watch a pitcher that is really good, that throws hard, he's big and imposing, he shows energy when he's out on the mound, and then like he can laugh at himself when he balks and throws the ball to the backstop because he's going fucking 6 shutty, and then after the game drops a hilarious quote. Like what a fucking blessing it is to have Payton Tolle on my baseball team.
He's as real as it gets. I don't know if people quite understand. I think, a good chunk of people probably do, but it's so hard and so rare to be the dude that can throw as hard as he can, be as intimidating a presence as he is, jump on top of these batters the way that he does, and also mix in like goofy stuff during the start. Like those don't mesh at all. You very rarely get that. The guy that's overpowering you just goes in the post game like, yeah, man, just doing what I'm supposed to do out there, da-da-da-da-da, all business. And he's just like, I don't know, dog. Like, that was crazy. Why'd I do that? Like, you just don't get that. You never get that. And it's fully authentic with him. You can't fake it. The jumping up for the ball was hilarious. Like, I think them laughing during the broadcast is exactly the way to handle that. It's another guy that I wish we had Don for, because Orsillo and Tolle would be a hell of a combination. But even seeing his reaction in the dugout was so funny, him laughing with the guys. And he can make fun of himself. He can poke fun of himself. I think more guys in the league should be able to do that. I remember Felix Hernandez and Adrian Beltre, that kind of interaction, the interactions those guys would have. That's what Tolle just has with Contreras, with anybody. Like, whoever's willing to goof, like, he's definitely ready to do that. I did see Spear had a really good article on him, and I like this part that he said, thanks to his ridiculous 7.4 feet of extension down the mound when releasing the ball, the 6'6", 250-pound Tolle seems like he's punching hitters in the face. That's such a good way to say it. Like, that's exactly what it is. When he releases the ball, it's genuinely like he's on top of these guys. There was a picture I saw from the start where it's like he's at the bottom of the hill. Like, he's at the end of the mound when he's releasing this thing. So considering he throws, his main 3 pitches are all a different version of a heater and making guys look silly, it works. And then you get the secondary stuff, and he continues to work on that, but he doesn't really, and he's even said it. He's like, I don't fully need it necessarily right now, but I would like to work it out as we go along. He's a breath of fresh air and somebody that I'm just thankful for. He's 22, 23? How old is he, T?
I think he's only 23.
He's 23 years old, and he's providing us a much-needed joy on a pretty boring team. If you go down this roster, it's like, there's not a lot of guys that could even come close to making you laugh. That's another thing with his post-game pressers. Not only are they must-see TV, but that's like one of the drier rooms you're going to get. I get it. It's media personalities. They're not going to be super funny, but it's not like that's some group of dudes that are like always ready to yuck it up. And he still can find a way to make it funny and make it entertaining. So credit to him.
Yeah, he threw 99 pitches in this last start, and 5 of them weren't fastballs. 5 of them.
It's crazy.
And it's very Garrett Crochet-esque. It's very Cam Schlittler-esque, the way he's kind of operating right now with these fastballs. But you just look at the quality of contact off of him and the company he's in when you look at expected ERA. I tweeted a couple days ago that he only was trailing Jacob
second in
Mizorowski.
baseball, right? Yeah.
Now he's third. The 2 names ahead of him are Mizorowski and Skeens. So, like, when you start talking about, like, pitching prospects and where they are, I know over the offseason there were a lot of people that were like, Tolle's a closer, like Connolly Early's my guy. Like, I see all these things. You do see the difference in stuff, right? Like, there's a level to what Payton Tolle's doing out there. And that's not to put Connolly Early down. It certainly isn't. Tolle is a top of the rotation, a potential future ace you're looking at. And for him to already be doing it 23 years old, and for him to develop the arsenal like he has over the last 2 seasons, where the cutter and sinker and even the curveball shape and the changeup were basically unfinished products. This was a guy who was throwing low 90s when he got drafted from TCU, and you've seen him grow to this level already. It makes you excited because he keeps getting better and better, and he didn't have his best stuff in the series. That was like, C stuff for him? The velo was down a tick, and he was still pumping fastballs that way. And to play with that joy, man, like, it is weird because you hear so many pitchers, the best ones, some of the nicest ones are like, don't talk to me on my day. The fact that in that Spear story, they're like, yeah, during the time he's in the dugout, if there's a rally, he's like trying to talk with guys, like get into conversations and like troll. Wilson Contreras and him sticking their tongues out at each other. It's like, he could even turn someone like Contreras who's like just ready to fight. He wants to go to war. And he's like, like back and forth. He's so much fun. I love him. I genuinely love the player so much. And to me, like, there's not a deal I would make involving him.
No. It does piss me off. They're 3-5 in Tolle starts. He's averaging 1.5 earned runs per start, and they don't seem to care.
He wasn't. Think about it. Not only was he not in the rotation, both him and Early weren't in the rotation to start this year, and the role they've played to keep this team whatever I guess you want to call them right now, would be a lot worse without them. But Tolle was even another tier down below early in terms of being on that depth chart. Right now, like, I think you could have real questions. He probably is the second best pitcher on the staff.
To Crochet.
Yeah. And that's no disrespect. Like,
I
I was higher on Sonny Gray
how
than
can
most.
you say any different, right?
Yeah,
I know Gray deserves some recognition.
But like Ranger Suarez, like those two guys, like obviously are mid to top of the rotation arms. I think that highly of Tolle, and it's not saying I don't believe in Gray because I was high on Gray over the offseason. I believed he was closer to a 2 than a 3. But like a pitching staff like that, it's very exciting. And even if Gray isn't here, those 3 at the top, especially, and then you have the earlies, maybe Ianson factors in, however it may go. You know, there's a lot to be excited about on the pitching front, but Tolle's name should be near the top of that.
Agreed. I love him. Red Sox win 8-1.
Mm-hmm.
And we already talked about today's game.
Yeah. Have you guys noticed that trend, by the way? It's
What?
been game 1, the last like 3 or 4 series, or 5, maybe even 3 to 5 series, close to it. Game
Loss,
1,
win,
close
loss.
game, and they normally lose it. Game 2, blowout win. And then rubber match, blowout either way. It's like every single time.
Yeah, before the Guardian series, it was 7 straight rubber game losses. So you just got right back to that today. It was nice that you got away from it for a bit in Cleveland, but as we know, the road Sox are different than the home Sox that we see.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately,
Not this road.
No. I did just see that Aaron Judge has been diagnosed with a stress fracture of a rib on his right side that will require limited activity, and he will be evaluated in 4 to 6 weeks.
ooh,
That's Chris
Yeah.
Sale right there.
Yeah, I would imagine that that's going to have an impact on the American League MVP conversation.
I would have to think so.
Yeah. Kalshi right now, a huge drop in the Aaron Judge market. He's down to 9%.
Wow.
Yeah, he's down 34%. Down
And
to
that's
9.
in like the last 10 minutes.
Where's his
Yeah.
teammate at?
Ben Rice
11.
is second with 11%. And then Bobby Witt Jr. and Yordan Alvarez are basically a push. It's 31% for Yordan, 30% for Bobby Witt Jr., 11% for Ben Rice, and then you get into the Nick Kurtz, Aaron Judges of the world. But yeah, big blow to Judge's MVP. I mean, listen, it's time for someone else to step up and win some hardware in the American League. That'd be nice.
Let's hope it's not as, I like Ben Rice, but I hope it's not him. That would be very tragic. But I do think that's one of the most troubling things.
Him,
no, I think this is one of the most troubling things about the Yankees right now. I really do. It's because their window felt like it was starting to close. Ben Rice and Cam Schlittler being the players they are, man, that window is opened right back up.
Ben Rice is having a good year. He's not a good player.
You looked at his Savant page last year, and it was so fucking bloody. And it was a really good year for Ben Rice. But holy shit, you knew there was another level coming, and you're seeing it. I do think Ben Rice and Yordan are closer than a lot of people realize this year, too.
Jesus.
191 WRC plus. Rice is at 184. And if we're going to kind of look at it and the Astros end up being dog water and going nowhere, and I believe Buster Olney spoke and Passan both were kind of shutting down the ideas of Yordan, even, a trade being a conversation point. If Ben Rice ends up being on the best team in the American League as the Rays are now falling apart, or at least starting to trend down, they're seeing that regression, does it kind of become his award to run away with? Even though I think
If
just in terms of the conversation, if he's a similar hitter to Yordan and he's on the best team in the American League, I feel like most voters are going to lean in that direction pretty quickly. Even though if you want to talk WAR, Bobby Witt's going to probably surpass all of them by a good margin.
And Kurtz being this close when he had that dog shit start, especially from accounting numbers and power standpoint, he's something if it were him versus Rice, just what their numbers are from this point forward, I don't know that I'm taking Rice in that.
Yeah, I think Nick Kurtz is incredible.
Hot take.
But you talked since the day he debuted, it's him, it's Aaron Judge, and it's Shohei Ohtani. Those are the three guys in terms of the top OPSs in the sport. and he's walking fucking 20% of the time. I think the only thing that could really hurt Kurtz is if he's just not getting pitched to regularly.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some
Lawrence
bangers
Butler
in that lineup,
and-
though. Like, he's going to have protection.
Well,
Just so far, teams
Yep.
have been so scared of him, he isn't even getting those opportunities regularly.
Butler and
20% walk
Rooker
rate's
have been
insane.
terrible.
Yeah, he's sucked. Butler's been really bad.
Yeah, but
Soderstrom has
Shea
been pretty unimpressive.
Bangaliers, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
love him.
Langley's just at his 15th while we were
Mhm.
talking. But it's supposed to be like Jay Willie's been hurt, right? Like I don't know. They were. I feel like they were supposed to have like this Pirates season, and they were like leading the West like pretty recently. Still might.
As
No,
we've been
Mariners took him
talking,
over.
Judge is down to 4%. Just a little update there.
It's that
So,
real time
God.
Calsh, baby.
he is falling fast, down 44% from when this show started.
I do wonder if Yankees fans are almost relieved, though. I don't
Yeah,
buy
I'm sure
into
they're
like
pumped.
no, but in terms of some of the things going on with him leading up to this point in the year, with the K percentage starting to go up, a lot of
The off
pitches
the
in the
field
middle of the
stuff.
zone. Yeah, a lot of the pitches in the middle of the zone, he had started to become very hesitant towards. There were a lot of things that were like that hadn't happened to Aaron Judge essentially since his rookie year that were starting to show up there, and there's a difference. He's been otherworldly, alien-like over the last couple of years. There is a difference between that and just being elite.
Yeah, it's still a pretty red savant.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Nothing you said was just wrong, but it's like as red, if not redder, because the defense is good than Ricey boys. But I don't know. I think if the city of New York just sacrificed him to win a
Probably.
championship in a different sport, I think they're all fine with that.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if he was faking this because of how much Brunson kind of just stole the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough scene.
Yeah, if that's going on at the same time, it's like Judge is terrible. Knicks might win a title. It makes him look even worse. He's like, let me just step out. Let me just remove myself from this situation altogether. Jared, you know what makes me want to pull my hair out?
What
Right
makes
there.
you want to pull your hair out, Steve?
That it appears it took this long for the Red Sox to actually start practicing their ABS challenges. That video from Bradfo behind the plate, I'm like, okay, I'm excited at first. Like, this is good. They actually need to get better at this. This is something they've been league worst at as the season's gone on. We've talked about it on this program, how bad they've been. Now they're trying it out. And I was a little confused at first, I'm not going to lie, which made me pull even more hair out. It was like, are they just showing where the pitches go on the big screen and then challenging? I'm like, that wouldn't make any sense. But they were actually smarter than me, which most people are, and we're putting them in wrong spots. And then you have to guess if it was right or not, which still feels like it's adding a layer you don't really need. But yeah, it's a team that sucks at ABS. Game 3, they still had 2 terrible challenges. They had a couple of good ones in this series, but I know WC-40 and Duran, and Jaron, to his credit, was looking over like, yeah, there's no chance that was a ball. So I think he knew the second he did it that it was a bad decision. But this team's awful at ABS challenges. They're only getting worse. It really made me pull my hair out that it took them this long. But I can't complain if they're actually finally starting to challenge or learn how to challenge balls and strikes. And if you pulled your hair out like me, then luckily you can get your hair back with Nutrafol. So just do it.
I believe they got it from the Royals. Spear wrote a story on that over the last couple days.
But they got
saw
the
them
concept
doing
of practicing
They're like,
challenges.
Whoa, you can work on this before the game? Is that
This
legal?
is like the league.
You could have done that during spring training, huh? I saw
That's
people being
crazy.
like, "Told you Tracy's different. Told you he's moving in a completely different way." It's like, you think it took him a month?
I was
It
going to
took him
say,
5
aren't we like
weeks?
6 weeks into Tracy? Like, what the
He's
hell?
like-
I asked him about this a month ago. He's like, all right, I'm going to put that into effect.
This is
at
what
some
I've been
point.
waiting for. This is something Alex Cora and his staff never would have done. They would have never gone
Yeah.
about this. All we heard was them doing pregame work for fielding, and it never amounted to shit.
I also don't want to act like this is the only chance that, like, because we saw it at Fenway, this is the first time they're doing it. Like, I'm
No,
sure
it
there's some
for
other
sure
versions.
was. It for sure was.
Yeah, probably, based on how bad they are. But there's still a
The-
chance in the cages they have some version of this.
The Contreras one was very funny because, again, I was listening on radio, and the second he challenged it, Fleming was just like, brilliant challenge. Like, that was clearly a ball. And then the immediate replay, and he was like, I forgot he stands like on top of the plate. Like that was right down the middle.
Yeah, a ball that almost hits him is like middle heater, basically.
He's like if Jeter was like 4 times the size with where he stands.
Yeah. Isn't it eye-opening? And I'm not trying to be mean here, guys. All right, just calling a spade a spade. But question for Coley. Isn't it eye-opening the difference between the radio broadcast and the TV broadcast? Like, I noticed it, I think, what was it, during game 1 of the series or something, I was driving around. I think I was actually getting my food instead of having someone deliver it to me. And they're going, like, Will is going in depth on the pitches Tolle's throwing and how, like, they're down 3 miles an hour and there's a runner on third and the Sox got a gift by throwing out Rutschman. So don't just give him a heater, even though the heater's your pitch. Like, first base is open. It's just all this in-depth shit. And I'm like, wow, this is, and it's not like I'm just learning this right now, but it was just noticeable, specifically in this series, because I'm normally watching the TV product.
To be fair to the medium too, like you do have to,
you got to describe more
on radio. Like you have to fill more airtime, whereas TV you can have more dead air. Just to be fair to the medium,
of course.
I'm not defending Opie. He stinks.
Yeah, the Willie Abreu catch, in the first inning, the sliding one, he was like pissed. He sounded furious that he caught that ball. There's such weird things where like you'll get the Dave O'Brien energy too. Like it'll be things that like you never imagine. But I will say, Wilson Contreras, I don't think I've ever seen someone get hurt like as much as he does. I don't
getting
think
killed.
A game doesn't go by where this man is not like dying in pain. When he got hit on the arm today, he's like, he's holding it. He's walking back to first base. I was like, are they going to amputate him? Like that guy, I don't know if it's just like a lot of things are hurting him with his arms right now and he's just having a hard time dealing with it. Or I just don't know if it's kind of his vibe. He's just like very illustrative when something is bothering him or something weird happens.
I think he's got some noontime in him with that. I
yes,
know
that
was
is
one of
a
Cora's
great comp.
thing.
Great comp.
Or it's like, I think my legs broke. Or what Cora said that he told him, I think I'm dying when he was on the ground because he got like hit in the back with the ball.
I think he got hit with a pitch in the stomach.
That's the comp.
That is like, tell my mama, I love her.
Yeah.
And the video's so funny. Cora goes out there, and the first thing he hears him say is, I think I'm dying. And he just starts laughing like, dog, what are you doing?
Dog.
You're going to be okay. But yeah, Wilson, I mean, that should be an out, dude. I don't know. The player caused the ball to come out. And I had said in the Discord, it was kind of like A-Rod. I get that they're different plays, but there's a lot of similarities there. That ball doesn't come out if he doesn't get drilled by Gunnar Henderson. Like, there's contact and the ball's in the glove. I feel like that should be basically dead ball at that point. You're out. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid.
Stupid pussy.
Pussy.
That Shea Langoliers home run, Coley, inside the park.
I think he had 2. He had 2 tonight.
Oh, yeah.
One definitely went out. It was opposite field. The other one, PCA, just...
Yeah, he arroyoed it.
T, I don't know about you, pal, but me, the Mick man, like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, those prickly traditional quote unquote big wireless carriers, they also seem to like keeping my money, which just grinds my gears. After years of overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up with the crazy high wireless bills, the bogus fees, and the quote unquote free perks that actually cost more in the long run. You know what I did, T? I switched to Mint Mobile. Stop overpaying for wireless just because, again, with the quote unquote, that's how it's always been. Doesn't need to be that way. That's why Mint exists, purely to fix that there issue. Mint Mobile is here. Wherever you are, they're here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. Surely some sort of typo. That can't possibly be true. I'm reading here in the fine print. It is true. Wow. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And that's really what I want to emphasize today. This isn't some rinky-dink mom-and-pop network. You get T on the roof with some sort of antennae trying to get you a signal. No. Nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your own phone and number, activate with eSIM in minutes, and start saving immediately, not down the road, not sometime, they're not giving you the runaround, because there's also no long-term contracts and especially no hassle. Ditch overpaid wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/section10. That's mintmobile.com/section10. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5 GB plan required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Folks, life insurance isn't about expecting the worst, but it's about making sure the people you love are supported no matter what. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy 100% online. Jared, I love 100% online because I feel like that's kind of our life outside of when you do like the views or the hub. I feel like you're 100% online, right?
Or the network.
Right. But like, but you're like
everything
basically
else is online. Yeah.
Okay. Like the rest is 100%.
Yeah. I would say, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Jared, you can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. There's no medical exam. You just answer a few simple health questions. You can get up to $3 million in coverage, which is a lot of money. Some policies are as low as $30 a month, which is not a lot of money, which is great. Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 3,000 reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos now by going to ethos.com/section. Take 10 minutes to get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote, like we mentioned, at ethos.com/section. That is ethos.com/section. Application times may vary. Rates also may vary. Ethos. Now back to the show.
Yeah, which we didn't talk about it. I love Ceddanne Rafaela.
Oh my God, dude.
No reason in this season to be sprinting full speed into the bullpen bar. Like, there's
not
no
even that.
need.
The fucking
He tried to murder himself like 8 times in the series.
It was a 7-0 ball game.
Right.
He hit a ball on the ground and dove head. It looked like he jammed his fucking left hand.
I thought his hand was fucked. Yep.
Yeah, like the way that it hit and like bent, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. So that made it an 8-0 game at the time. And then the ball where he's just going full sprint to dead center and it was like an Aaron Rowan play, like smashed his face.
It was like a Wile E. Coyote play.
Yeah.
It looked cartoonish, yeah.
I thought we were going to see blood because it looked like his chain got in between his mouth and the wall.
I thought he was concussed. I mean, he kind of looked like motionless for a little bit. I'm like, oh shit. And then, whatever, throw the ball back. I don't care what happens to the play. They're running out to him, but you don't really see those much anymore. Those like all out, because guys are trying to protect themselves, which I would agree with, but all out straight into the center field wall. And for him to even get there, by the way, just shows what his range is. He almost got that ball. That was crazy. Had to be a high expected BA, I would assume. See.
Let me see if we can find
Langoliers confirmed it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if I was Imanaga. Inside the park home run like that. Like now, yeah, that sucks.
It's a tough scene.
PCA's curse, man.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I have this. Yeah, here we go. Catch probability. So far this year, right now, Ceddanne Rafaela is second in all of baseball and outs above average. He only trails Pete Crow Armstrong on that front. In terms of 5-star catches this year, he's tied for second in all of baseball with PCA. The only guy ahead of him is Jacob Young.
Yeah, that's not what we asked.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's getting
far behind is he in outs above average?
3.
Okay, how much did he lose for losing that ball in the sun, like the opening?
At least 1.
That shouldn't count.
It did, but early in the year he was like -3. To be fair, PCA over the last 2 weeks has had kind of his own run of these.
Oh, and I mean, what he just
balls.
did with Langoliers is going to knock him down too. But like that's to me, like who fucking lost the ball in the sun in the middle game of this series for the Orioles?
Blaze
Alexander. I couldn't remember who was playing center. Like that. That cost you like 5 outs above average. It's because the sun's too bright.
It's like, I'll take 2 months to get that back. There's a big fireball up there. What the hell? It's so cheap.
You remember last year, it was the game where Rafaela had the home run robbery in Arizona, and then Blaze Alexander went and made like a even more insane catch. And on
That was a
every
very annoying game.
Every catch ranking at the end of the year, Alexander's would be like 5 spots ahead of Ceddanne's.
Was that Bello too?
It might have been. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Dude, Twilight and the Sun are going kind of dummy this last week. Got Yoshida.
Meyer had a hard time.
Yeah, Meyer. It's getting everybody.
I think it was Giolito. Let's see.
Maybe.
Yeah,
time
it
for
was
ketchup.
Giolito. Luckiest man in the world.
Tactical nuke!
Wow.
Incoming!
Give me Sogi.
Stop and Shop supermarkets have a major announcement. We repeat, don't shop for your groceries anywhere else.
Yeah, stop and shop. Yeah, stop and shop.
And what's great about these tangerines, look how easy they peel. Just like that. And loaded, I mean loaded with nutritional value.
Yeah, stop and shop.
Double kill.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
The Stop and Shop Look Ahead is brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. This is a damn shame, right? Because I remember probably like the first or second week of the season talking to Mikey about like, man, like let's circle that June Red Sox Yankees series. It's a weekend. We could take a train to the Bronx, make some content. Like that'll be great. And then the season has been what the season has been. And Connor, who does the notes for us, he was like, all right, I just sent over Red Sox Yankees. I was like, I had no idea who they were playing next. Like Red Sox Yankees has zero buzz, and this season has been so bad that it's like at no point am I like taking a peek at the schedule up ahead to be like, all right, if we can just win, 8 out of 15 here, and then you got that Yankee series, like you're just not looking at the schedule like it means anything anymore, which sucks because we were doing that
Steve?
at the start of the year. Steve?
You're also muted.
You're muted, Steve.
Damn it, that never happens to me.
Would you
All right,
fart?
my apologies.
Did you fart?
No, I burped, and I didn't want to do that in the mic. So it's a mouth
All right.
fart, right?
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
Mart.
I marted. I marted all over the mic, dude. This mic got marted on.
Stevie just Marty Supremed all over the mic.
I am
Dude,
going to
fucking
game
marted.
1. I am going to game 1 of this series. Just kind of decided last
What
night,
the
like,
fuck?
yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I'm just kind of going. Gonna get some content for the 10.
Did you ask me?
Do you want to come?
Kinda.
All right, yeah, join. We have to sleep in the same bed, but yeah.
We've done that before.
Yeah, we have.
Why were we talking about that? Steve was
Talking about
talking to
what?
me about that.
About what?
You guys sleeping together.
Yeah, me, Steve, and Pete.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got
I don't
a
remember
room
Too
why.
fucking loud, my man.
Yeah. You're making
We're
too
trying
much
to
fucking
sleep.
noise, my man.
Does he have a CPAP machine?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I want to say there was more than one winter weekend that we got one room for the three of us, and like the first time we ever did it, Pete slept in like an armchair because it's like, well, you're just a little baby, like we just put you on this seat, and like you'll
I think
be
he was fine with
comfortable.
it too. I don't think he really like hated it. I think he actually got a decent night's sleep. He's a little guy.
He was just like, you know what, I am a little guy, like I'm just gonna sleep on this little chair.
The bed we were in was like solid size, like enough that we had our own space. And I remember about to fall asleep, and I look over, and Pete's just like in this couch. I'm like, not even a couch. Yeah, it's a little seat. It's like a love seat. And I'm like, yeah, look at that little guy.
I mean, he
sleeping.
could have slept at the end of the bed like a little puppy dog or something like that. Sleep
probably.
across the feet.
Shit's all over the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have an update?
On?
The poop, shower poop.
The
Poop
shit
shower?
incident? People were very into that.
Trust me, I was hearing about it ever since. Yeah, Poopy Boy was over today, but I didn't see him. I think I think he knows what he did and he's hiding.
Is he one of the people IKF's talking about? Like he's just around smearing shit all over the place?
I mean,
Might be.
I believe he was in the house at some point today, just being a little poopy boy, and I don't know. I didn't run into him though. We did not cross paths.
What about the four-legged creature?
My dog?
Yeah.
What about him?
How's he doing?
Great. Why do you ask?
He's part of this.
I mean, yeah, he pooped.
I just think he should be held accountable.
He is held accountable for that.
Are we
but,
still 100% sure that he was the one that pooped?
I can't confirm or deny. I don't know. I wasn't there. I saw the poop.
Okay.
Could have been
No doubt.
anybody's.
Could have been Poopy Boy.
Yeah. Anyways, Red Sox Yankees, huh?
Oh,
wait.
yeah.
You're going, Steve?
Yeah, going on Friday, yeah.
You're just going by yourself?
Yeah, I'm just doing a dolo trip. I've never really done this, so I'm like, yeah, why not? And probably going to see the vibes of what the watch party's like for game 2. So, yeah.
This reeks of like hot Latina ass.
No,
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it does.
no.
Like this feels like a business trip. Yeah,
It's not.
I don't
No,
know.
it's not.
Steve,
No,
I'm just
it's
saying.
not.
It's like like it. Trust me, we lived in New York for a long time. There's
Yep.
a lot of like wonderful women that live in that city,
Mhm.
and I mean, all I know, if I know Steve, I mean, there's. You see Steve, hot Latina ass ain't that far away. You know what I'm saying?
I am not going to comment on that, but that's not what
So
this trip
that's-
is
okay.
whatsoever. No, this is for content, for Sox, Yankees, and because I just had nothing going on this weekend, so I'm like, yeah, why not?
So
Do it.
yeah,
You know
so
how
just,
like you see thunder or you see lightning, excuse me, and then you hear the thunder. You see
Yeah.
Steve, and then you hear just off in the distance the queefs just
Yeah.
rumbling in the distance.
Yep. Yeah.
All that damp clam he's ran through.
Yeah. I think
It'll be a
it's
fun weekend. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Trust me. I mean,
Mustache Steve's a little devil. You gotta watch
He
when he's
is.
just traveling around the nation, just
Yeah.
giving out handlebars.
slapping asses.
Nope,
Yeah.
not doing that. Nope.
Oh, wham! All over Yankee Stadium.
Mustache Steve.
I say that afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, whack.
Wha-pa!
Oh, mustache Steve.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck was that?
Like, I was furious until I saw it was MSS.
Yeah. Bronx big booty Latinas. Be on the lookout. Mustache Steve is coming to town.
Bun's probably going to be out. It's going to be hot.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna see some big asses and like jeans just hanging out the back of those things,
Probably jean shorts where it's just butt everywhere,
Just
basically. Like, imagine T and some
begging
jean
for a
shorts.
smack.
I used to have longer jean shorts, but never the booty variety.
Just absolutely begging and pleading
We'll
for
love a
some
whack.
palm. Yeah. Oh, I am.
Oh wow! Bang!
Say that when I do it.
Yeah.
A bang.
Yeah.
Mustache Steve.
Yeah. Whatever comic book onomatopoeia you want to yell.
Yeah. Watch out.
Red Sox Yankees in the Bronx. Wow. Mustache Steve in the crowd for Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he stays till the final out. I feel like he's gonna be in a position where it's like, hey, trying to get out of here, toots.
The dude,
Can't be
the
leaving
dude-
early.
Yeah.
Leaving early. I don't do
Leaving
that.
early.
the dude
Where,
999 challenges, 9 innings, 9 asses slapped, and 9 honks.
Well, here's where we'll learn a lot. Okay, how close to Yankee Stadium is your hotel?
It's in Lower Manhattan.
Yeah, he's staying where the asses are, Coley. Yeah.
That's right.
He's staying in the fucking the eye of the ass hurricane. That's where he's staying. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Content trip. Very excited for it.
Content trip.
Be on the lookout on the 10
Yeah.
handles. Content.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's gonna
Can't
be
spell content without 10.
Yep.
Folks.
Yeah, he's gonna be
T.
Just working through it.
Yeah.
sticking his dick in the ass beehive of Manhattan, New York.
That's where the ass is?
Oh yeah.
I've never been.
Oh, you couldn't handle all the ass that's in those parts of New York.
Congrats, Steve.
Yep. Congrats, Steve. You know?
Yeah. thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. You know what, dude? Good for you,
Thanks,
man.
The cheeks are clapping. This is what it's going to sound like.
Yeah. God bless. God bless. Oh, to be young again. Sonny Gray versus Ryan Weathers. Ranger Suarez versus Will Warren. Connolly Early versus Cam Schlittler. And Steve's nose versus a giant pair of butt cheeks. Right after that game.
The funny thing is, I've known you for too long. I knew you had that one geared up by game one.
Yeah.
You said Sonny Gray, and you're like, I know what I'm closing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me get through these 6 names and then mention
Yeah.
that butt again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be the showdown of the century. Yeah. Pedro Clemens. I feel like they're what other like showdowns for like pitching did the Red Sox have? With Red Sox
We
teams?
didn't bring anyone else to the table.
No.
During those. It was
No.
Lucina versus Lowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
And then Pettit versus Wakefield. And it's like,
Yeah,
fuck.
Fucking John Burkett versus David Wells. Yeah.
The Yankees always brought someone very serious to the table, and then
Yeah.
it wasn't until we got
I was
Big
gonna
Shill.
say, yeah, Schilling's got to be mentioned there.
Yeah. Uncle Kurt. Captain of the car shield.
Mm.
Game 1, Sonny Gray, 6-1 with a 3.06 ERA, a 120 whip, and a 7.4 strikeouts per 9. He's got a 2 ERA, a 2.73 FIP across 5 starts in May. The Red Sox were 4-1 in those starts. Ryan Weathers, 2-3 with a 3.52 ERA, a 1.14 whip, and a 10.5 strikeouts per 9. He has allowed 15 of his 25 earned runs this season in just 3 games. He allowed 9 home runs in these 3 games. Okay, so when he stinks, he really stinks. Ranger Suarez is 2-3 with a 3.38 ERA, a 1.16 whip, and an 8.7 strikeouts per 9. 9 earned runs over his last 2 starts. He had allowed 9 earned runs over his previous 8 starts. Although he did have 10 strikeouts in his last start, which is tied for a season high. He's going up against Will Warren, who is 7-1 with a 3.22 ERA, a 1.20 whip, and a 9.8 strikeouts per 9. His season has been a little more lackluster than his numbers show. The Yankees just score a ton of runs for him, 7.43 per game. Connolly Early, 5-3 with a 3.26 ERA, a 1.18 whip, and an 8.5 strikeouts per 9. Unfortunately, he did continue his trend in which the Red Sox can only win if he finishes 6 innings pitched. He's 5-0 when he goes 6+ innings. He's 0-7 at 5 2/3 or below. Cam Schlittler. He's 7-3 with a 1.89 ERA, an 0.86 whip, and a 9.9 strikeouts per 9. He's coming off his worst start of the season, 5 runs against the Cleveland Guardians. His curveball against lefties, yes, T?
I wanted to make sure you got this takeoff on this podcast as well.
Yeah, his curveball against lefties is one of the worst pitches in baseball. Be on the lookout for any curveballs against lefties. They will get hammered. He's not that good.
Even then you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor shed. When the look ahead, when the look ahead, Billy's gummy bears, chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather look ahead.
It's going to be raining ass on Friday. Go ahead.
That's not thunder you hear in New York. Those are Chiefs getting demolished.
Yeah.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth, Steve.
You chew them with your mouth. The Red
What
Sox.
else you do with that mouth, Steve?
The Red Sox head to the stinky Bronx to take on the Aaron Judge-less New York Yankees. Game 1, Friday night. I'll be there, Jared. 7:05 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. No. Stop. 84 degrees.
Oh, that's really hot.
That's at night, dude. It is going to be hot. Mostly sunny, 0.1% chance of rain, 10-mile-an-hour winds. I really wish that was like 68. That sucks.
That's going to be a sticky one.
It's
going to be a sticky one, Steve.
That place already stinks, so it's like...
You're already going to be leaking fluids later that night, so you might as well get yourself like an ice pack to stay
Saturday,
nice and cool.
7:35 p.m. Eastern. First stop. First pitch, 85 degrees.
Isn't that game at 7:35?
Yeah. Yeah, I just said that.
That's way too hot for that time.
Way too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got multiple night games starting the series off, and they're both in the mid-80s. I hate that.
We just skipped spring this year. It was like, it's either fucking 40 degrees or 90.
It went from 50 to 85. Mostly sunny, 13% chance of rain, but should be fine.
Oh, shit.
11-mile-an-hour winds. We are moving
13%?
on. 13%? Mm-hmm.
That's not nothing.
Game 3, series finale.
Is it? Is it? Is it?
No chance in hell.
Is it? No way. No way.
Sunday, 1:35 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. 83 degrees. This is a hot series.
End it there. That's the podcast.
83 degrees. I'm fucking my kid. Killing myself.
That's too hot, dude. 3 days in a row, the 80s fucking...
Dude, you made it seem like it was going to be 76.
Those were the quickest bullets of all time. 83.
You've been doing that a lot recently. And like
that
really does sound real.
Yeah, it's close.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Whew.
Put safety on that thing.
Yeah, 83. Yeah, geez, you're just shooting everything.
The way he flinches, it looks like someone walked into the room and was just like, it's over for you, buddy. Fuck you.
You never know.
83, sunny, 2% chance of rain, 13-mile-an-hour winds. So a very hot series in the stinky Bronx as the Sox make their first of 3 trips to New York this season, with one of those trips being to Queens. That is your weather look ahead, as always, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
Wow. So there's more opportunity for you to go back to
yeah, for content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be hot, dude.
All right. I thought for sure that game was gonna be 76 degrees.
I honestly did too. The way the weather's been going, I was ready to see 7-6.
Yeah.
Once the first 2 were 80s at night, I don't know how the day game was going to slip down.
Yeah, that's why I was
to the
confused,
7s.
but he started dancing, and I was like, oh, wow. 76, huh? Prediction time, the McMahon.
Now your turn.
Sound like Hitler.
We got the Yankees are awful, just awful against good teams. One of the worst in the league against good teams. The Red Sox, not a good team. So I got the Yanks taking all 3.
All 3 for the New York Pinstripers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Steven?
Yeah, friggin' Ben Rice, tease guys, on pace to hit 44 homers with 114 RBIs and a 1031 OPS this year. So that's brutal. The Yankees have hit the most homers in baseball, but that's nothing new. They've hit the most homers in baseball this decade. So they're keeping that one up with that dinky park they got going on there. They have the highest team OPS at home this season and the 4th best team ERA in the game, but it won't matter in the end. We all know that. Over the last month, this is what pisses me off among a lot of things that piss me off this season. The Red Sox are 1-7 in game 1s. Can we clean that up? My goodness. Sonny Gray going out there in game 1, like Jerry mentioned, Interesting to see if Yankee fans get on Sonny for the comments before the season saying he didn't want to go to the Yankees when he was, what was he, a free agent? He was traded, right? He was traded there?
Absolutely forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yankee fans don't think about Sonny Gray. I barely think about Sonny Gray.
I would assume Yankee fans remember it. I think they probably...
They were like very pissy during that.
Really?
During the offseason.
Yeah, they kind of hated that.
Okay.
Maybe they do. I don't know. I
they
just
were
think
like,
Yankee fans don't forget stuff.
They did the receipts
They're going to be
thing.
mourning Aaron Judge. They're not going to be like, boo, you remember what you said? Like, they're going to be...
Vibes are very high in New York right now.
Yeah,
they're feeling themselves.
In a depression.
No, they're not.
They're going to be in a depression about Aaron Judge and happy about the Knicks.
Yeah, that's going to far outweigh the loser going down.
The Knicks thing is a way bigger deal to them than Judge going to the IL. But I said it a week ago. I'll say it again. I idiotically have the Red Sox winning this series. Give me the Red Sox winning 2 out of 3 and staying over 500 on the road.
The Road Sox are getting it done, huh?
I like the guys they're throwing.
Yeah, I agree with that. T, are you riding the Road Sox, or are you just one big dumb motherfucker?
I don't know how I should answer that. I'm not one big dumb motherfucker.
Okay.
There are some things.
Back it up.
With Ryan Weathers, the Red Sox are 8th in OPS against lefties this season, so maybe you can actually show up and do something there. And you are going to have Sonny Gray, Ranger Suarez, who are 2 of the better arms in this rotation. I think the problem for me is Will Warren, I think, is having one of the more underrated seasons right now of any pitcher in the sport. Cam Schlittler coming off a bad start. I don't expect him to do that on a regular basis.
The worst start.
Thank you. I want to feel good about this, even though the Red Sox are 16-14 on the road, but part of me feels like the Yankees are going to take over first place while playing us, and we're going to have to deal with all of that. Give me 1 out of 3 here.
Dumb. Let me pull up those numbers, actually. Curveballs. Curveballs against lefties. Not good, dude.
We got INF.
It is not good. Cam Schlittler. Oof. Cam Schlittler, when he throws curveball to lefty this year, batters are hitting 412 with a 1033 OPS.
Ooh.
That's worse than Brayan Bello. Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I have a feeling Schlittler is going to have his velocity going against the Red Sox.
That could work against them. That could work against them too. If he gets a little too excited and,
just like the playoffs.
He's historically struggled against this lineup.
Much better group than the last one he saw.
Let's see if he starts ripping curveballs to lefties and see what the fuck happens.
He's been doing all this without Mickey Gasper around. Now let's see be a big fucking tough guy.
Mm-hmm. That's the spirit.
I also think Connolly Early's home run problems. 3 out of the last 4 starts, he's given up 2 homers. Yankee Stadium can be a little scary on that front.
He's been fine. He'll be fine. I got a Red Sox sweep. This weekend.
Like that.
I think the Red Sox take all 3 in the Bronx, and it's going to be annoying because everyone's going to be super excited about it because the team still stinks. But the Road Sox going to go to the Bronx. Steve's going to be devouring ass. Schlittler's going to be ripping curveballs to lefties. And I feel like if he had his worst start of the year, his last time out, wait till you see what they do to this punk bitch on Sunday. Wait till you see what they do to him on Sunday to complete the sweep. It's going to be his fault on Sunday.
There is a real hard stretch coming up for them, and I feel like a lot of conversations could accelerate on the Red Sox. The Red Sox. The Rays are playing like shit right now, but still, I'm not going to act like they can't beat the hell out of this Red Sox team.
All right, we're talking about the Yankees right now, T.
I'm just saying, I think it starts with this Yankee series. I think if things go poorly here, man,
this is not a tough stretch.
It's a slippery slope.
They don't have Aaron Judge. They got a bunch of bums that they're throwing out there on the mound.
Aaron Judge isn't even their best hitter right now.
Coley.
A slippery slope is only an issue if you're at the top of something.
Yeah,
the Red
they can only
Sox
go
aren't the
up.
top of anything.
No.
Or
The
if
basement
you're
of the division.
or if you're on the ledge of a slippery mountain and underneath is piranhas.
Ice
I
piranhas.
feel like I'm looking at the schedule differently than everyone else. You get Yankees, Rays, Rangers, Blue Jays, Mariners, the Rockies, the Yankees again without Judge again, the Nationals, like the Angels.
Nationals are like much better.
I know
than
the
right
Nationals
now.
score a bunch of runs, but they're a 500 team. Like, I don't know. I've
That's
seen
much-
harder stretches.
I'm terrified of playing the Mariners. I do not want to play them. One of the hottest
They're
teams
hot
in the
right now.
sport right now.
Yeah, they're hard right now.
I'm
Just
seeing
took
them in
over
2
the
weeks.
AL West.
Yeah.
They're
You know
another
who's
team
gonna-
that every time I turn on in the 7th inning, they got 2 runs, just like the Red Sox.
But now the offense is really woken up. But I think for the Mariners, like if you ask me who's going to have the second best record in the AL by the end of the year, it's probably going to be them.
Why don't you marry him then?
I like the Mariners. Shut out Luke Raley.
Shoot out Luke Raley?
Shut out.
Yeah. Listen, T. If I'm wrong for believing in the Red Sox this weekend, I don't want to be right. You know?
I'm proud of you.
I mean, I hate this team, but I believe in them this weekend. I believe in the Road Sox. It's different. I hate the home Sox. I hate the Fenway Sox. But the Road Sox, that's a team worth buying into.
I need to see them win without Nick Sogard.
Whatever. Okay. Steven, you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I got a couple here. Section10merch.com for the best merch on the planet. Join the Section 10 Patreon unless you're stupid, you know? But if you're
Right.
not, join the Patreon because it's awesome.
Do
We
it.
got a lot of great bonus content
Do it.
on there. We are ripping more tent on there by the day. Franklin Arias article by T was incredible, so definitely check that out. Section 10 night in Portland is 2 weeks away, Friday, June 19th. Maybe the coolest jersey, or some are saying potentially the coolest item in Section 10 history, is the Portland Sea Dogs X Section 10 jersey that they're giving away at that event. So definitely check that out. And lastly, shout out the Endicott baseball team.
Yeah.
They get to the D3 NCAA championship against a Denison team that's filthy. They were 50-2. Denison entering game 2 of this series. Endicott was down 6-2 in that game. They come after giving up a grand slam. I'm like, this ain't looking great. Back and forth game, crazy ending. Denison could have scored at the end of the 9th. Or sorry, that would have been top 9. Crazy play. Endicott ends up getting 2 outs. They then win in extras to force a decisive game 3. They're then up 3-0 in that game 3 halfway through and just couldn't get it done. They only had 2 hits the last 7 innings of the game. Denison puts 3 up on the board. It goes to extras again, and they lose on a walk-off. That's a team they faced, Jerry. They won 44 games in a row, this Denison team that they played. Like, that's incredible. And I think I heard on the broadcast they're the first D3 team to win 50 games since 1981. That's the team that Endicott had a lead on in the decisive game for an NCAA title. So they've come a long way since we were going to school there.
For sure.
Incredible season, incredible team, incredible group of fellas. They finished 44-14 on the year. Just kind of sucks they couldn't get it done. So close. We probably would have made Endicott champion shirts for Sully's, I would assume.
I would have done that, yeah.
Yeah, Endicott runner-up shirts, whatever. We'll figure it out. But yeah, those guys are awesome, and they deserve all the credit in the world.
Shout them out. T, final thought?
Yeah, thank you, Steve, for the very kind words about the Franklin Arias article. But what kind of sparked that entire thing was the Arias stock, the conversation, the hype reaching another level. And I think a lot of people saw Keith Law rank Arias the number 3 prospect in the sport, and it didn't move a lot of people. I think a lot of prospect people kind of put Keith Law in a different category than Baseball America, and then MLB Pipeline's kind of its own thing as well. But Baseball America jumped in with all the hype. Franklin Arias, number 4 prospect in the entire sport right now. Like, talk about everything just kind of going perfectly when we talked about what Arias could be over the offseason, it's probably gone better than most people could ever imagine. And right now, the other name in front of him is Colt Emerson at number 3, who is going to graduate sooner or later. Has been awesome for the Mariners, highest F4 on the team since he ended up debuting about 15 or 16 games ago. And Travis Pizzano, who has been awesome for the Guardians, is ranked below him right now. So I think when you talk about Franklin Arias, and he has 13 homers, should be 14. He got robbed of one. I mentioned that in the article by an umpire the other day. But to see a player or a prospect at that level kind of generating a lot of buzz, I think when things aren't going well with the major league team, you can look at them and have some hope. And to just see him kind of put himself in the same conversation of the other top prospects we've talked about over the years, especially recently with Nuttown and all of them. I know some people have a lot of prospect fatigue, but I think Arias is a little different than a lot of those guys where it's a lot of floor versus ceiling, which I think excited a lot of people with the other names. But yeah, Franklin Arias, number 4 prospect in the entire sport. Does Breslow use him as a chip at the trade deadline? Sounds terrifying with some of the rumors going around. But I do wonder how it's going to shape their outlook on Marcelo Meyer going forward. And I think there's real conversations about whether Arias is a better prospect at this point in time.
The McMahon?
Any talks of buying are going to have me firing off Jerry's gun. I just can't. Okay, last time we played the Yankees, it was so bad. Firings happened. Hoping we're on the same kind of time by the next time we sit down to talk.
I have a final thought.
Wow.
Yeah, my final thought is this conversation with Dario Pizzano. All right, we bring in now Dario Pizzano. Every year we've been doing this for like 4 years running now. We see the orange polo right now because Saturday, June 13th at Fenway Park against the Texas Rangers, it'll be Spreading Orange Day. And for anyone that doesn't know what that means, first of all, you're not a listener of the podcast because Dario has been on several times at this point to explain what that means. But it's growing every single year. So for those who don't know what it is, tell them what it's about. Tell them why this is important to you. I feel like and a lot of people do know that story that know you personally. But why is it important to you? How did it start? And talk about the growth of it as well.
Yeah, no, perfect. Thanks again, Jared, for having me on. I think this is year 3 or 4. It's the same time about every year. I appreciate you giving me a platform that you guys have built that's so huge. Let's talk about this. We grew up in Saugus. We're a couple of massholes, the Rocket and the pro baseball player, but whatever. What are you going to do? It's basically the same shit. Yeah, so this is our 4th annual Spreading Orange Day at Fenway Park. It's for the charity, the nonprofit that I'm the director of fundraising for, MS, Mission Stadiums for Multiple Sclerosis, supporting MS warriors, spreading awareness and raising funds for those affected by MS. And my personal connection to it is my mom, who Jared knows well because we were neighbors growing up for 30 years-ish until we both went off on our own directions. But my mom's been affected by multiple sclerosis since 1998. And my family and I have seen the effects year over year and how it's a progressive nature of the disease. But I do what I can. I was able to be a professional baseball player for about a decade, and I always wanted to use the platform that I had and developed during my time in the game to raise funds and raise awareness for the cause. I didn't get my cup of coffee, but I had a good run, and a lot of the teams were always supportive. The Mariners and the Mets, and even like Team Italy when I played for Mike Piazza a few years ago, he would wear the shirt and wear the hat and post about it. So it's just very meaningful to me, and we've grown since 2019 exponentially. Last year we had the Friday night game against the Yankees, but this year we're doing the Rangers 4:00. I think that works the best because we have cask and flagon after the game. But last year we raised 28 to 30 net profit. That's our goal again this year. And like you said, and like I keep saying, we've grown year over year, every year. Last year, our gross proceeds were over $600,000. So we continue to grow. It became something huge, and we want, ideally I want it to be like a full-time job at some point, and we could find a cure for MS. The Red Sox have been amazing Gus Quattlebaum is another ambassador for us. He is the VP of Scouting and Integration for the Red Sox. He's been in pro baseball for over 20 years and with the Red Sox for a long time. I think since 2001 or 2002. And he actually is affected with MS as well. So he's joined our team. Talk about a network. I think I have a network. It's nothing compared to him. So the ability to get us on fields, and we were able to sign the Green Monster last year. With the Bregmans actually partnered with us last year with Reagan and Alex, and how their departure didn't go great, but we wish we still had them with us in Boston.
For sure.
But it's just amazing. Last year, Ken Rosenthal wore an orange
tie.
bow tie for a cause. So we keep trying to get creative. I'm going on the Nesson pregame show with Tom Karen and Jim Rice again on the Friday night game, so they can air that before the game on Saturday, and they spread it. It's great to have a network like that, and where we're from, that's where the majority of my built-in network is. Saugus, Malden Catholic, people I've known growing up through baseball, and even working for JP Morgan now in the Boston office. I know like a bunch of them, and they've been super supportive. So I just I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate you a lot. I know how busy you guys are. You putting out 15 different podcasts 4 times a week, and making the time for me to get on and just have 5 to 10 minutes just to plug it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And I think it's really cool seeing how much it's grown over the years and, having everyone wear orange to the game. Very cool to see that. So obviously, Red Sox Nation is far and wide. If first and foremost, there are tickets still remaining. If folks want to grab a ticket, we can put a link to buy the tickets in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, if you want to buy a ticket and go, also check them out at Cask and Flagon. But if there are listeners or viewers that can't make it to the game on Saturday, where can they go donate?
Yeah, so we, like you said, we still have about 100 tickets left, something like that. But tomorrow is the last day. So the Red Sox, if they need to get the tickets back, but it's the deadline tomorrow. So make sure you go get those. But if you can't make it, come to Cask and Flagon after. So you could still come after the game. They host our post game event. They provide, one of their vendors, Neutral, is going to come in and they have an orange drink, which orange is the color of MS. Obviously, they're going to be passing out product. They have an orange Moscow Mule. Cask is making as another specialty drink for us. There's raffles. They're providing tickets to a country concert at Gillette, tickets to a game next season. So they're going to provide some of the raffle items, and it's a great event. We have the whole back room has about 200 people in orange, and we have a blast. But if you can't make any of those, because we know how many people travel during the summer, go to ms.org/donate, and you can make a donation. Anything helps. If it's $1 or $1,000, we appreciate it. It means the world to us. Actually, we've also added Mass General as our third beneficiary last year. So we always give to Johns Hopkins MS Research Center in Baltimore, UCLA Health in LA, and we've added Mass General as our third beneficiary. We have a strong presence in the Boston area. We're affected. That area is affected a lot by MS, and obviously, it's where my mom goes with her doctors and where she gets her treatments done. So it means a lot to us, and it means a lot to our team. So if you feel inclined, go to ms.org/donate and just support the cause any way you can.
Also, I mean, it's been about a half decade since you've been doing this. Like, have you have you heard any stories in terms of like where the money has gone to? Like it's helped in various different ways, like different, I guess, forms of research or things that patients have been able to do, like with the donations.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. The one thing that I loved about not smaller but a more tight knit, and like it's a growing group, is that we know exactly where almost every dollar goes. So like the three main beneficiaries, we're really, we're tight with the doctors, the people who work on it. We get like a status update at least once a year when we do our donation and our check delivery. They tell us, they do a slideshow and they tell us what they've been working on the previous year. So in that sense, that's amazing. But the other thing is, we give a percentage directly to MS warriors and people in need with MS. So it's not just going to treatments and medicines and doctors' offices, but it's going to people that we know personally that we're donating, say, a scooter. Those things are really expensive, and some people don't have the means with all the other medical bills, how it adds up to get a scooter if they have trouble walking. So we'll pick a few people every year and be able to donate a scooter. We had a girl in high school last year that was diagnosed, and she really wanted a support dog. So we funded that. There's a person that's having trouble with all the bills and the scooter to fund their groceries every week. So we paid for their groceries for a year. So the personal touches like that is really what the coolest thing is. Obviously, we want the research to advance, and I want to see a cure for MS sometime in my life. But when we're able to, when we have our monthly meetings, bring on somebody that we just donated something to, and they can share their story, and we see how emotional it is and how much it meant to them and their family. That's the best part of it there.
So it's Spreading Orange Day at Fenway Park, Saturday, June 13th. It's a 4:10 start. Red Sox, Rangers. Will have the link for tickets in the YouTube description. I'll throw a tweet out there, throw it on my Instagram story, and we'll throw the link to donate as well. And check out the post-game event at Cask and Flag. And Dario, thank you, brother.
Thank you. You're the man. Appreciate you as always.
No,
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks to Dario coming by. Appreciate it. Donate if you can. We really appreciate that. Buy tickets for the 13th. I think today, Friday, the 5th is the last day that you can get tickets. But if not, if you can donate, that'd be huge. Appreciate that very much. Okay. Let's go Sox. Let's go Steve this weekend. Let's go Steve. We're rooting for you. We're rooting for you. Let's go Sox. We'll be back Sunday night, Monday morning for you with more of your favorite asteroid podcast, Section 10.
Buenas noches, amigos.